Hey guys, how are you tonight? This fine Thursday evening here in North Central Illinois. Hey, my son's girlfriend went to Scotland and she brought me back some stuff, and I wanted to share it with you guys before I talk about anything else because she was nice enough to think about me. Uh, so she bought me this little bourbon or this old Irish Scotch whiskey called Jura. It's probably pronounced completely different over there. I don't know what the hell they call it. Uh, they might call it Yahtzee Raw or something like that. But this is a 10-year single malt Scotch whiskey. I've never heard of. I don't even think I've never seen this in a store. Uh, Jura, Jura, and then she got me this bottle of Edredor. Quick focus on my face. Edredor, never heard of that one. And this is Scotland's Little Gem, established in 1823. This is the distillery edition, handmade in the Pocket Glen, another 10-year Highland single malt Scotch whiskey. So let's see what this bottle looks like. It's kind of cool. That would fucking focus. And these cameras or something else. They're so smart. There we go. So got me that. And then she got me this cool glass to drink it out of. Cardhu, the SPEY side home of Johnny Walker. So Johnny Walker shot or drink cup. But the coup de grace was this Star Trek hardcover annual from 1979, authorized edition as seen on BBC TV. Come on, guys. Look at this. Look at this, guys. Star Trek annual 1979. Look at the blue hair on Spock and McCoy. Got the creature of the week. All that good stuff. So we've got like a bunch of different stories inside the annual. Over here. So A Bomb in Time, part 1 and 2, Furlough to Fury, part 1 and 2, plus a bunch of other stories. So that was very, very nice of her to even think about me. Hell, she's only here on weekends and we barely talk. So not because I don't like her, because we just don't talk. So very, very sweet of my son's girlfriend. So tonight we're going to talk about some stuff, and we got Jim here, and I don't know what we're talking about. So what are we talking about tonight, Jim?
Oh, I thought you knew. I'm just kidding.
No.
We're going to talk about Operation X and Project Venona.
Nice.
It's, well, let's just say one of them is about communists and the other one's about the government.
Is this our favorite communist, though? The deadbeats?
No, it's the Soviets.
No, is this our favorite guy that hates America that made the videos?
Yeah, that guy.
Oh, okay, that guy.
Well, we'll see. I don't know. I've been told that I've been being too hard on him.
You're being too hard on who?
Yeah, because I told him that it was communist propaganda.
You told him that?
Yeah.
He responded?
Yeah.
But he knows you're joking, though, right?
I don't know. Was I joking?
I think you weren't, because it's some bullshit, dude.
I don't think I was joking.
I don't think you were. Oh, by the way, chat, I did release a new video tonight when Ethan appeared on the show. I want to thank Elemental MJ, man. He rocked that video. That was so cool. Brought the sunshine over Ethan's face. It was great. Great video. So, guys, check that out. Let's get Julio on. How you doing, sir?
How's it going, boys? Doing good?
Your
son's girlfriend is the MVP. Amazing.
All the women around me are the MVPs, dude.
No kidding.
I'm a dumb fuck. Okay, we've established this many times. And I mean, again, She didn't have to get me anything. But
That's
she,
very sweet.
yeah. So I'm going to start out with this Jura whiskey. It's definitely a Scotch whiskey. So
Dave, you should put it in that little drink cup. That's an awesome. See,
that's what I said. I'm going to drink them in these. And I didn't even wash the motherfucker. I took it right out of the box and I'm going to drink it.
the alcohol.
So, how you doing, Justin? Yeah, guys. Also pinned in the chat is like the link to my store if you want to check it out. We got some Sturgis stuff in there to make fun of. How you doing, Stimulated?
I'm good, brother. I'm just here to sweep for the government tonight. You know?
Well, I'm
not gonna let Jim and you just talk about our great government like y'all do, man.
You're on the wrong show for that, brother. I can't, like, dude, I found a fucking 5-hour documentary about flat Earth theory.
No, you didn't.
Oh yes.
Oh, no.
It's called I think it's the history or what happened to the lost history of the flat Earth or something like that.
Yeah.
And he talks about something. I didn't watch it yet, but I was watching the other guy I was telling you about, Jim, with the mudslide theory.
Yeah.
And he said in that video, the guy talks about the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn, right?
Mhm.
And when they made the maps back then, we were under a different astrological sign. Okay. So what's before Pisces? Is that Aries?
We're not women. How do we know that?
Because that's what this fucking map was based on, because it's all celestial stuff, huh?
I thought we were living in the age of Aquarius.
Well,
Yeah.
it's the dawning of the age of
We-
Aquarius.
So this is my point. When Pisces came out, they never changed the names of the two tropic lines, which they told us that captains of ships could only navigate based on the stars, right?
Mhm.
And if they weren't the same stars based on the signs, you know, the whatever you call them, your symbol, what is that, Tulio?
Zodiac or
Your
whatever.
zodiac sign.
So you're saying that the Tropic of Capricorn and the Tropic of Cancer were named during the
during that
age of Leo?
Nope. During the age that they're associated with. So the one that was
That's fucking, you're talking, that's 30, 40, 50,000 years ago.
We need a broad on here. So she can
2100
explain.
years, dude. Every 2100 years, the zodiac cycle goes through a cycle. That's the point. So we went
But
through.
I like the whole cycle is like 60,000 years or 120.
No, not for the zodiac. So that's
Isn't
what he
that
was
called
saying.
precession?
You can let me goddamn finish. My point
All right,
is,
all right.
he just said he said that he went through Pisces and now we're going into Aquarius, or we're in Aquarius. He's like you, we're not sure yet. Like, who the fuck knows? But they still haven't changed any maps. If they're that important, why aren't they changing them? Because it's based
Jim,
on.
you explain that. I see.
I don't know.
I know, but Jim, I want to hear you
Because the
explain.
maps are just, those lines aren't, we don't use the stars to navigate anymore. We use the map to
But
navigate. We have maps.
What if all GPS went dead?
And then we're fucked.
Well, we wouldn't be if we could still navigate by the stars, is the point. And
That'll be fine.
they did it.
Now,
I mean, I know the Moss trick, I know the Sun trick, and I know the North Star. I think I'll be okay.
who the fuck needs to go anywhere anymore anyway?
Yeah, Julio's right.
I know, Crazy Cat. I haven't watched the video. He said the only thing in that documentary that caught his attention is what I just brought up, and that is kind of interesting. Like, if it is that important, why didn't they
Every
change the names?
2,160 years is a processional thing changing the age. It says
That's what
the
I
age
said.
of Aquarius begins 2023.
So that was last year.
So that was last year. We're in my age right now, boys. Bow down and worship, because I am an Aquarius.
Oh, hold on.
I thought you didn't know.
Hold on. When does the age of Aquarius begin? It
Damn
says
it.
some fuckfaces say it won't start till 2597.
Didn't they try to add a 13th zodiac sign like 10 years ago? A crab or something?
To make it make sense.
I don't know. Just fucking do that out of nowhere.
They said, "Hey, we took away a planet. We're going to give you another zodiac sign.
We're gonna even it out for you.
They gave us our planet back."
13 zodiac. What the fuck's going on?
But because Capricorn and Cancer, the last time we were in Capricorn and Cancer is like
No, that's not. No. Those tropics or those tropic lines were based off of the zodiac sign before Pisces. That's the point. So the one that's before, is it Aquarius? Not
Aries.
Aries. Yeah, it was Aries. Aries.
Before that was Taurus, and before that was Gemini.
There was no math before Aries, so that we know of. So,
Have any of y'all ever watched that documentary Behind the Curve about flat Earth, where the guy, the biggest flat earther, is going around and they're asking him like all these questions, and he's like, "Well, we could prove it, but we just don't have the funding to prove it." The documentary guys get all the money and do the test, and they fail every one of them.
Right?
So, do you think people actually
Yes.
really believe that?
Yes.
Yeah, but Julio, people also believe they're gang stalked.
Well, you got a point.
They believe
So-
what?
You don't know what gang stalking is? Oh, that's a rabbit hole and a half.
No.
So, all right, there's these people who believe that the government want them for some sort of test or conspiracy or whatever, and they think that everybody is an undercover agent stalking them, and they start filming them. There's tons of YouTube channels of these crazy people.
Yeah. So this is what I was telling you guys about. This is the stream that is the lost history of flat Earth, full 1 through 7 episodes. It's got 1,000,003 fucking views, Julio.
Watching crazy people is fascinating.
Yeah.
It draws all the dimes.
You see this first comment? I'm going to be 70 years old in a couple of days, and I'm so angry that I have gone so much of my life without knowing anything.
Oh, God.
Oh no!
Bless them. Probably.
Stop!
They shouldn't give them internet access in the home.
Oh no!
Look at this. I watched this during the lockdowns last year, and it absolutely altered the course of the rest of my life. Thank you so much for this creation. No longer atheist. Wow.
Okay,
cool.
I mean,
That's cool. I will never trust history book again. Now, it's got to be about more than flat Earth. It's got to be about some other stuff, I'm sure.
How do you fill up 5 hours talking about the Earth is flat? Yeah, they've got to throw some other.
Have you seen fucking Friday Night Tights? They talk about 5 hours of fucking Marvel shit. Okay, have you not watched that shit? At least this is compelling. Fuck.
Yep.
The Dave AI has a point.
NPC, yeah.
Should program them correctly.
I'm back home. My fucking hard drive is uploaded properly. Thank you, Jim. I'm glad the data was here for me to upload when I got here. My NPC data. I think you're the NPC sometimes, Jim. So you're still in Birmingham, dude?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay here because of that storm.
Are you working?
I had some real estate meetings this morning, and then this afternoon I had to go to court for my uncle because he's got dementia.
Oh,
Now he's got dementia, so I'm taking conservatorship over him so we can get him, placed
In the
somewhere.
home and stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
good man. My mom's same situation. That's a shame.
Yeah, it's I don't like emotional stuff doesn't bother me.
Mhm.
It's like I compartmentalize pretty well, but it's more like his kids didn't even show up to the court case, and it blew my mind.
Yeah, getting stuff like power of attorney is not easy. As easy
Yeah.
as it should be. It's a
Especially
fucking
when they
nightmare.
have dementia. Yeah. when they've already got it. You got to like,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
I'm actually going to follow Jim's advice, and I'm going to go get a trust. Fuck
Yeah,
it.
that's what you need to do.
Just go get a trust.
You're right.
Yeah.
That way,
Was this afternoon? I'm the proud owner of a 1965 white man, so I mean, it's pretty easy.
it doesn't sound as
Well,
good.
they don't make them like that anymore, do they? Plastic.
Oh my God. So is he in a home now?
No, he's currently in the hospital because we were trying to find him a home, but his kids had taken all of his money, and so he had no money to pay. So I had to put some money down for a deposit for a place, and then they wanted me to get conservatorship so we can make sure
His payments go there.
Yeah, exactly.
That you don't they don't steal his goddamn
Yeah, that's
Social
it.
Security and shit.
Yep. So
dying should be fucking free of charge. God damn it! Keep your hands out of my pockets when I'm dead. You've been up my.
yeah, no, you're
my
right. It's
entire
crazy,
life.
man.
Yep.
They sent me a bill for his hospital stay. He's been in the hospital for a month. $8,000 just from one bill. I haven't even opened the other one.
Dude, that's probably the fucking medication. Wait till you see the actual
Yeah.
room and board.
Yeah, I haven't opened the other one because I was like, well, fuck it, I'm not
Doesn't he
paying
have
it.
Doesn't he have Social Security though?
Rip
Yeah,
it
we
up.
had to file for all that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So that's why I had to get conservatorship so I could take
Mhm.
that down to the Social Security office and do an in-person meeting and then do all that stuff. So
Yeah, I'm going to follow Jim's advice real soon. I just got to find a trust attorney and get it done. Because you got to protect your shit, Jim. I mean, you got to keep it away.
you need to just hide it all in jars and
Jim,
then bury it in your
are you
backyard.
just mouthing or are you actually talking?
I'm talking.
Oh, okay. You're fucking with me, dude.
There's just no sound coming out. Right.
I was whispering.
Oh, like George Michael's Careless
Yeah.
Whispers.
Careless whispers.
Guilty feet have got no rhythm.
We doing music videos again tonight, Dave?
Fuck no, dude. It took me a goddamn whole day just to get this. And I didn't even get all of them off. I just got the ones that had the video blocked in certain parts of the country, dude.
Was it Whip It? Whip It got you, didn't
Whip
it?
it fucking every time. Whip it.
I knew it. I knew it. It said it said stream
Beatles.
owned by WB.
Beatles will dick slap you within seconds if you play their shit.
But they
Oh.
don't ban your video.
I don't-
Or like fucking Devo banned my video for
Yeah,
like
blocked it worldwide.
that video was at 1,100 views already, dude, or that live stream, and it just fucking killed the momentum.
Well,
Whatever. I don't care. I had a great fucking time on that stream.
it was a good
Me
concept.
too.
Yeah, it was fun. Next time we do it, we should just say, all right, everybody jump over to Rumble and let's
Yeah.
have a fucking music party. We've been here a couple hours already. Let's go party.
Right. Rumble night videos.
Yeah. Do we have any we have our solar report.
Oh, right.
I'll be right back, fellas.
Okay. Everybody subscribe to Jim's channel, please.
Good morning, folks. Today we're going to have that hurricane impact Florida. We've also got an outstanding paper from Dr. Brian Tinsley, one of the best in the game. But we also have space weather to discuss, and that's where we'll begin with the last 24 hours on our star. Few small solar flares, unrealized potential for destabilization in the plasma filaments, moderate solar wind variation and geomagnetic unrest, not much to be concerned with at the moment. Remember, the 6-month Riger cycle uptick is due in October or November, but right now, the sunspots are there but not too scary. Only one of the active regions has any size to it, and the magnetic complexity is moderate at best. Meanwhile, they are surrounded by plasma filaments that have also remained pretty quiet. We have several eruption threats on our star at the moment, but they have been fairly benign these last few days of crossing the Earth-facing area.
Wow.
Folks, Helene is a beast, and she's getting stronger. Tropical system John there south of Mexico as well. Helene is sliding northward, content to abide by the forecast models at this point. Warm water, wet air, and a recipe for major landfall later today. All the models agree where it's going. Eyes open, folks. She's bearing down the next few hours.
What category, Jim?
Today's top science news
Four?
hits space weather and the
I
global
think it just
electric
turned into a
circuit.
4. you know, it
Georgia's freaking out.
Yeah, they usually weaken when they get up in the Big Bend area like that because the water's so shallow. It's
Right.
almost like being on land.
So it got to a 4, but it's going to break
It's
down.
probably going to break down to a 3 before it hits land.
And it's going to just bring a lot of fucking rain and 70-mile-an-hour.
Yeah. I mean, I've had about, I don't know, about 2 foot over my seawall since this morning.
I know yesterday driving up here, man, it was hell. It rained on me. It was bright and sunshiny on the Gulf Coast, but 20 minutes outside of the county, man, it rained on me for 4 solid hours. I was just catching the edge of those storms.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically the entire state of Florida was in a tropical storm as the hurricane was approaching.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And it was just going up north. It was crazy.
That's a
The
Tuesday,
tropical storm.
That's a Tuesday afternoon.
Yeah, it's not, you know.
It's not going to do anything.
You know, the difference is like those real bad thunderstorms in Illinois that you get in the summertime. They don't last as long as a tropical storm lasts.
Yeah.
I mean, some of those I think are worse than tropical storms. It's just they don't last as long.
Right.
They're just hard and fast, and they zip through. You know, they move through.
Yeah. Thunderburst, whatever you call them.
Yeah. Illinois thunderstorm is what they called me in high school. Hard and fast.
What did you say? Did you say Illinois?
Yeah.
Fucking guy.
Banned.
Get it right, you Alabamite. It's Illinois. There's no
Illinois.
Yeah.
Illinois.
Illinois.
Right?
What a
Illinois.
card.
It annoys everybody. It's pretty ill.
Is it Indian Jim?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Chief
All that shit
Illiniwek.
Right.
The Fighting Illini.
Mhm. All
And
that
it's
shit.
Alabamian, Dave. Alabamian, not Alabamite.
That was a slur for you, bitch. That's what that was. That was a state slur.
You know what? I bring my charm and my talent to the show.
Did you not
and I
see me and Katie's chat last night?
It's just like
Yeah.
Arkansas.
Telling you to shut up, Auburn fan. Come on. All right. Elemental, everybody's loving the video, dude. It's
Amazing.
it's actually doing good, I think. Let me look. It was doing good.
Did you guys see they indicted the fucking mayor of New York?
Oh yeah, I saw his Cope and See little speech that he was doing.
Dude,
But
and I saw it this morning at the hotel. I'm like, oh great,
for free upgrades on his
politician.
flights.
Is
He
that
got
what they
free
busted him
upgrades.
for?
Yes, he got free upgrades on his travel before he was mayor. That is such bullshit.
What a dumb fuck.
Oh, that's
No,
like,
he got free upgrades on a flight. How is that fucking? So the airline decided to give him a free upgrade.
hey,
Somehow
allowed
he
to
broke the
take it.
law.
Yeah,
two
you're
and a
not
half
allowed to
hours.
take
It's
it.
got over 200 views already, dude. That's really good. Really good.
Oh, I'm sorry. You got the previous mayor of New York's wife stole like $1 billion that they don't know what happened to. The mayor of fucking Dalton, Illinois has been stealing from them for fucking years. 6 million missing. No problem.
I get abused on this fucking channel here. Jim's yelling at me over New York's mayor,
Oh,
calling
dude,
me an incestoid.
I got to tell you, man. If he's taking free flight upgrades
He's
before he
taking
becomes
gifts.
mayor, who cares?
If he was running for mayor and he took
No,
that as a
he
gift,
wasn't.
that's- Okay, well then fuck me.
I don't like the look of him. He's guilty of something.
Oh, dude,
Why don't you like the look of
He's
him?
he's guilty of stepping
what's
out
the
of
rule?
line and
You know.
complaining about the fucking migrants and what was
Migrants.
happening to New York.
I've been around a while.
Yes.
Oh, he has been.
Yes, that's the
Oh
problem.
yeah,
Oh,
he's been
good
doing
for
that
him.
for
Hold
about
on.
a year now.
Yeah, hold on. I actually got his speech. I'll pull it up. Here.
My fellow New Yorkers, it is now my belief that the federal government intends to charge me with crimes. At first, when they wanted to empty every third world shithole into this city, I
Oh,
complied.
shit, Jim.
But after it was clear we didn't need any more Uber Eats delivery drivers, I started to fight back. New York City is the greatest city on earth.
You
On
did.
any given day, when you wake up, you can experience everything from a plane crashing into our trade towers to a person celebrating a new business opening, to a homeless person openly defecating and then smearing it on the face of a tourist before pushing them on the train tracks, to the sitting mayor getting indicted for resisting the Democrats' crazy open borders policy. But it's my opinion that the straw that broke the camel's back was when I refused to help them assassinate a certain presidential candidate that they keep trying to kill.
What the
They wanted
fuck?
me to play ball, but as a former police officer and an American, I could not allow that to happen. So now they're coming after me. And I would like to take the opportunity to reiterate that I am not suicidal. I repeat, I am not suicidal. And Diddy, if you're watching this, save a seat for me in the chow hall and make sure they've got some vegan food for your boy. And if AOC is watching this, I just want you to know you can eat my whole ass.
Well, what the
Okay,
fuck? I love Eric Davis now.
So in California, though, that guy could go to jail, right? Because that's illegal, right, Jim?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. It's AI, but it's now. Did he really fight against immigration? Has he really got a problem with it?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
yeah, he was the only one. He was out there bitching about it, saying it's going to destroy.
Yeah.
I saw AOC on the screen at the same time as him. What is she like talking shit about him? Is that what's going on?
Jim, do you have any AI videos of AOC maybe we can watch on the channel?
No,
No.
like that.
I've seen
Is like AOC like bitching about this guy or something? Is that why would she care? She's a federal fucking politician, not
I
a
don't know,
city
but
politician.
here's
She's
the
in New
Haitian
York.
Here's the Haitian that
Senator.
came that they brought into the UN to show us all that they're, they should be trusted and they're not eating cats and they know how to behave.
Oh
Yeah.
my
I hope
god!
he shared his cat recipe with everybody.
down the hatch.
That's right, last son of K. That is very true.
That's the first clean water he's seen in years.
Oh, dude, he's thirsty. He's thirsty as a motherfucker.
Motherfucker doesn't even know what the cup beside it is used for.
Yeah. All right, let's go.
They should have just put a pool in front of him. He could have scooped it up with his
Dr.
hand.
Brian Tinsley,
would have
one
thought
of
it
the
was his way
kings of
back to
solar
Haiti,
forcing,
though. He
who
thought he might
spoke
have
at
to
our
swim.
2019 conference, still cranking out Tier 1 level science, showing here how the solar wind impacts the global electric circuit, which we already know, impacts the clouds, wind, lightning, precipitation, and global temperatures. Absolutely outstanding work here, adding to the mountain of evidence in this subfield already, much of which is from him as well. Folks, don't forget there are lots of events ongoing at Observer Ranch. Upcoming is my 40th birthday on October 19th. I'll be out there middle of the day on
my
Sunday
God.
as well to see any observers passing through. Come see us in person, observerranch.com. We greatly appreciate your support. We'll do this all again tomorrow, right here, right now at 6 a.m. in the new Valley of the Sun. Eyes open, no fear. Be safe, everyone.
Ben Tugwell, you're kind of close to this region of the world. My son's girlfriend
I will be right back.
brought me home this Scotch whiskey. You know, you ever seen this over there? I've never seen this in America, so she brought this home. It's actually good, Julio. Went down pretty good. Yeah. It's got that little cigar ash tasty to it. You know how a good Scotch is. It's
Ben's
not.
family probably
it's not
owns the
sweet.
distillery.
Yeah. Yeah. No shit. Oh shit! You found out where my family's from. Holy shit!
Right.
Oh, are there ads on? God damn it!
Yeah.
Let me turn them off. Let me turn off the ads. All right.
Trying to soak everybody for ad rev. Jesus, Dave.
Yeah, because there's so much money in it. Let me turn it off. I apologize, chat. Ads are off. Totally disrespected them.
Jesus.
Hey man, the chat rules, I drool. I did put Frog Tony's name on the board from Tuesday night when he sent in $20 during the stream, so I made sure to put it on the board tonight because that's what the board is for. No, I didn't. I was probably laughing at your statement before that. I turned them off. God damn it, they're off. Ads or AIDS. I know. I had just made the video or posted the video. I'm gonna put fucking ads on my videos.
Yeah.
You click buttons, right? And shit. So I apologize, chat.
Get him, Chad. Don't let him get away with that shit. He knew what he was doing.
I'll turn them off as soon as the stream's over, because if you can't be here live, well, it doesn't matter though, because Julio, as soon as the stream ends, it goes yellow, and then I got to wait for 3 days for YouTube to say, yeah, you didn't break any rules. Every live stream is yellow.
What causes them to mark it as yellow?
Because we have a
Cussing.
bad history here.
What?
Not being ad friend. You're not ad friendly.
Talking
It's
about
your fault, Julio.
You're probably right, actually.
The problem is they don't have.
Probably right.
This is YouTube's fault. There are plenty of advertisers that just want to play ads.
Yeah.
They're not worried about the content. Play those guys that'll be on any show, and you don't have to turn off people's ads, dude. If it's Disney friendly, put them over on there. If it's fucking what's that Manscaped thing, they'll
Right.
go anywhere, right? Put their videos over here. It doesn't matter to me.
So you're saying if Jim and I talk about like maybe the mid 20th century Germans had a point in some way, that Raid Shadow Legends isn't gonna want to get in there?
Yeah, they want people
right?
who.
It's so weird. They're off, guys. Please refresh.
Everybody's killing you, Dave.
I don't even know who has ads or not, because I pay the premium membership stimulated.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't.
rich.
$20 a month, dude, to have no
Rich.
fucking ads. I watch more YouTube than anything.
I wonder
Rich.
I wonder how the poor people are doing.
Julio, you don't watch ads.
Premium, bitch.
Oh, you
I
use
use
an ad blocker, right?
There you go,
You're
baby.
just a scumbag.
They still work because YouTube.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh, yeah.
I've got one that works.
all right.
Yeah. But the problem is when you do have an ad blocker and you just go watch a guy's video, he still doesn't get the credit. I mean, it's not like a live stream, right? But if you just watch his 5-minute video and you got ad blocker on, the guy doesn't get any credit for the ads that were watched during the stream or the video.
I fall asleep to YouTube videos. I'll just put like a long ass video on and go to bed. And that's why
I've
I
been
got
watching The Sopranos. God, fucking Penguin. As soon as I got done with it, I was like, I've got to watch the fucking Sopranos. I'm on season 2. God, it's a good show.
Have you watched it before, Cynic?
Yeah. I've watched it. I normally watch it every couple years.
Yeah,
I do a
me too.
run through with it. And
Yeah.
I think there's settings, Last Son of K, where you can make minimal ads, and
yeah, you can. You
I
can
think
change
you-
the frequency.
I think I could figure out a method that won't piss people off. But you know what? Again, it's not that big a deal. It's going to be yellow. I don't get paid. I will get paid during the stream, but after the stream, when it goes yellow, you don't get paid for the ads. That's how weird it
Yeah.
is stimulated, right? Like
Yeah.
YouTube is weird.
It's a mess, man. They got into all that shit with Steven Crowder and his little gay boyfriend having their little pissing contest years ago, and they've just never. I think they do it because they run ads on everybody's channel, no matter what.
Oh yeah.
And I think
yeah.
they do it just to keep the money.
Yeah, they get paid.
Yeah, it's an
I don't-
excuse for them to pocket more money.
Exactly.
What do the poor people who can't afford premium see when they're watching a live stream? Does it just
They
cut out
see a
some of the?
lot of fucking Kamala Harris and Obama
No.
begging you for $5.
Every 5 minutes.
Do they miss part of the show, or does
Yes.
Yes. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
Really?
they're talking over the show.
And here's the worst part. I don't know what it is about the ads, but they're timed so well that let's say me and Jim are making a very salient point, right? And we're really nailing something. As soon as we get to that point, that's when a fucking ad will pop up.
So
I was just thinking, Alan,
Well, I wasn't gonna say Dave does it, so
incestoids just don't make sense.
I went to a private school, you bastard.
That doesn't mean anything to me. That's even
I-
worse.
Yeah,
A
no, I
private
paid to
school
be.
in Alabama?
Yeah, I paid to be retarded. It was in a double wide.
So shit will just cut missing. So like if Ethan's in the middle of a great joke, boom, there's Kamala. Hey guys, Vote for me
Yeah.
because I'm the dumbest cunt that ever walked the face of the earth. And you're a bunch of dumb white people that should have black guilt, like we did already.
I have no guilt. I took a picture of a cotton field today and made a joke about it. It was hilarious.
It's a joke. It's words. Secularism is important, even if you're religious. Yes, absolutely. So, what is this one, Jim? Operation X. Is this the one about Afghanistan poppy stuff? Okay, I don't know. I mean,
It's about how the government has used drugs to fund all their CIA's used drugs to fund a bunch of operations.
Well, yeah.
So,
Spoiler.
Is that the new one?
Spoiler alert. It's like it's about 5. Well, like new as in what? What do you mean like new? I don't think we've watched this before.
How old is it?
5 days.
No, then we haven't watched this one. I know we watched something about this before on another.
Yeah, it was another show.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
I want to hear the communist take on it.
Okay, let's hear it.
What if I told you that some of the most powerful covert operations in history were funded by illegal drug trafficking? Imagine a world where drugs, politics, and government agencies intertwine in ways that shape not only international relations, but also led to some of the darkest tragedies ever witnessed.
The Office of Strategic Services, the wartime predecessor to the CIA, laid the groundwork for a disastrous illegal empire built on narcotic smuggling, extortion, and human suffering.
Today we dive into the shocking truth about how the CIA allegedly used drug trafficking to finance.
Now, why does he use allegedly in there for the CIA?
This is very,
You know-
very skeptical, Jim. Like, why is this allegedly?
You know Eric Hundley works for the government, right?
I don't know, man.
No, I
Starting to
know he
wonder.
does. I used to watch all of his live streams.
Jim does too. He watches a lot, right?
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean,
What did he
you know
say?
he
He
was
did?
in the army.
He
I
does
know he was in the army.
computer.
He does computer IT stuff for the government.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, it's the government. I mean, I used to watch all of his live streams back when before Nick Arcada decided to enjoy booger sugar. When they used to go in there on Fridays and do like the lawyer roundup stuff, and then I was like, oh, I like the JFK stuff he does with the that Hollywood banker
Mark
guy.
Gruber.
Yeah, Mark Gruber.
Yeah. He's
And,
very interesting. Mark Gruber is a very interesting cat.
Oh yeah, yeah, he's very interesting. Like he's
Robert
lived a
Barnes
life.
interesting?
More, I think he's more
interesting
interesting
than Robert Barnes. He's like the most.
Yeah.
I would fucking if I was able to
He's
talk
Forrest
to
Gump.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like been involved with so many people and so many things.
Yeah.
That I would spend 12 hours just to ask him, what about this? And tell me
He
about
used
this
to follow
person.
me on my old Twitter account before.
And then ask him for to hang out the next day. That he's done that much shit, huh?
Yeah. Like, dude, he's hung out and partied with Bobby Kennedy that's running for president. All right. He hung out with John Belushi. He hung out with fucking
So he's an LA guy?
He was an LA guy. He was all over. New York
He's
guy.
from
grew up
New
in
York.
You know, so like he went to like private schools and shit, so he hung out with all those people. Like
Okay.
He's one of me.
Like I think he was on like a scholarship or something. Had something like a scholarship to get into this private school where he knew like whatever, and that's how he met these bunch of people and hung out with them. But like the guy like the Chicago 7, like Abby Hoffman, he knows him, hung out with him.
Right. Right.
You know, he wrote for fucking National Lampoons in the 70s.
Yeah, I mean, he wrote for National Lampoons forever.
You know.
Oh,
he
he
wrote
did?
the movie The Recruit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's one of the leading forces that got the
Who was a star of the Recruit?
He's friends with fucking what's his face? The guy, what the fuck, man? Oliver Stone.
Yeah. He helped
who's-
Oliver Stone with the JFK movie.
Yeah.
Who's the star of the Recruit? Is that Colin Farrell?
Colin Farrell, the star of The Penguin, another thing
Yeah.
I
Yep.
kind of like.
Good actor.
Good actor.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's Forrest Gump of YouTube.
Well, that's
He
cool.
And Eric Hundley's a government spy.
He's a fucking communist.
He's Mark Gruber's handler, I bet.
Something. He's there to watch him, make sure he doesn't expose too much, maybe.
I bet you YouTube just hit the ad button. Kamala's up on the screen now.
No, I turned him off.
Oh, you did? All right.
Yeah, the chat speaks. I listen, dude.
I like to think there's a guy there just putting ads in for your channel, just to do the YouTube.
Yeah, because he heard me say Kamala. He thinks I'm a Kamala fan.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Operations. Along the way, we'll explore the stories of Enrique Kiki Camarena, Santi Barrio, Barry Seal, the notorious French Connection, and the secretive Operation X, all of which unravel the complex web of drugs, power, and covert actions. To understand how this story begins, we need to travel back to the Cold War, a time when the U.S. was locked in a high-stakes battle against communism.
Let me ask you, sir, just how serious a threat to our national security are these communist subversive activities in the United States today?
Well, I think they're serious. I think it's a matter that we should continue to give a great...
Now, if this guy was president right now, we'd be all right. He doesn't like them fucking commies. You got them all over the place now. They're everywhere. They're in government.
Yeah, but back then the commies were poor. Now they got money, so he might have been bought off.
No, he hated commies.
He was pure.
I mean, dude, he would not be a Democrat today. He wouldn't be.
JFK?
No, he would not be one of these that knew.
No, he's a Republican today.
Yeah, he's a Republican today.
Yeah. I mean, one of his best speeches, him talking about lowering taxes and to fucking freak people out.
Think not about what your country could do for you, but what you could do for your country.
Yeah.
That's the opposite, the antithesis of the Democrat Party.
Yeah.
But his other problem is he wouldn't be a modern. There's no way he could be a modern Republican because he was trying to do away with all the CIA and FBI crap. And our modern Republican Party nowadays are except
not
for
all,
Trump.
I'm telling you, there's a battle going on. In
I agree with you. But the old guard.
The old guard gotta go. The old guard is what keeps caving and letting these CRs pass and all this shit. It's them. They're the problem. You need to get rid of Mitch McConnell. You need to get rid of Lindsey Graham, Mitch McConnell.
Yeah.
Lindsey Graham is he's just a Southern dandy. Don't you talk about that. He's a confirmed bachelor. He is married to the government. Okay.
I believe Alex Jones is correct that Lindsey Graham needs to account for his whereabouts and who he was talking to.
I was not talking to no young men in the middle of Congress. I was not doing that. You was telling lies, Jim.
Did you see that Elon said that he might buy fucking Alex Jones's
God,
media
I hope
company?
he does.
Yeah. Well, because you know what? He's all upset because he just found out that George Soros bought 200 radio stations or more than 200 radio stations, and the FCC fast-tracked it so it could happen before the election.
What?
Like it's all these, it's a bunch of the radio stations, like, you know, that are like.
Why are we letting a non-citizen buy fucking
Why?
radio
Yeah,
stations?
that's not supposed to happen, but they pushed it through for political reasons because they're all like, you know, Republican radio, basically, like all the talk radio shit that's big Republican. So he's going to buy it basically and just get away. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't care.
Wait a minute, dude.
But buying a bunch of radio stations nowadays is like buying a bunch of fucking typewriter
true,
factories.
dude. Truck drivers listen to that shit all day long, man.
They listen to YouTube.
They listen to Sirius XM, dude. That god damn, that's why that shit's still around.
You think, Dave? I don't know anybody who has Sirius.
I don't. Well,
dude,
which one? Sirius A or Sirius B?
Sirius C.
I wouldn't know. I don't have it. The only thing I listen to on the radio is sports radio.
I listen to YouTube and I listen to Apple Music, whatever playlist I've got going. That's it. I listen to BTM.
That's it. Only listen to BTM.
That's
Anyone
it.
who
I
doesn't
go
listen
back.
to BTM is an NPC.
And matter of fact, I only listen to BTM for Jim's parts, and I mute Dave every time he talks.
Best move you could make, dude. For sure. AM radio.
You're rearranging your furniture. That ain't right.
Dude, yeah. I mean, if he's buying up all these radio stations and what they're doing is they're actually trying, you know, remember a few years back, they tried to do that fair speech thing in media where you had an hour of right-wing talk, you had to counter with an hour of left-wing talk. This is their way to make that shit go away. Fuck Soros. He's not a citizen. He doesn't get to own bandwidth in our country. That's fucking psycho, Jim.
No shit.
That is fucking.
I mean, what's next? We're gonna let a Mexican billionaire buy the New York Times? Oh wait, we did.
Did we already let that happen?
Next thing you know, there's going to be a Jewish president of Mexico.
Radio station that can fucking yeah, the fairness doctrine. What a bunch of shit that was. God damn. All right, let's get back to our favorite Democrat.
Great care and attention to.
The CIA, tasked with preventing the spread of Soviet influence around the world, found itself short on cash to fund its covert operations. Instead of relying on official funding, which required congressional oversight, the CIA allegedly turned to drug trafficking to generate
Allegedly
untraceable.
again. What's with the fucking allegedly? Fucking say it, dude. I'll say it. The CIA ran drugs
and made a shit ton of money. Like,
just ask Mr. McPickle.
Oh yeah, go ahead, bud.
Money it needed.
The goal of this network was to counter global communism through the smuggling, distribution, and sale of opiates and cocaine across the globe.
This gave rise to Operation X, a clandestine operation in which profits from the global drug trade were used to finance CIA activities in regions critical to U.S. interests. Why drugs?
This is a sort of a game, not stepping on the lines and cracks. It's kind of fun. But if you play it long enough, it can get to be a habit. Drugs are like that.
Oh, wait.
In the 1960s and 19...
So is salt. So is caffeine. So is all this other shit that's legal, Julio. But, you know, they're going to tell us what's bad for us because they know. Yeah, they sold a lot of fucking guns.
Yeah, but they sold a lot of drugs actually to pay for the guns to give to the people they wanted to give them to who didn't have the money.
Yeah, it's weird though. Like if we were trying to have a battle against all these places, why weren't we selling the drugs to their people?
I don't know.
Trying to break down their society by selling them to them. Why would we sell them to
because they needed people? U.S. dollars to finance
their society's already broke down though. Like we're doing it in all these third world countries. Their society's already shit, and we've already installed a.
But we're fighting
leader.
Russia during the Cold War. Why aren't we fucking selling the drugs to Russians?
We never. I mean, it was a Cold War. We were just bickering with Russia.
No, but
we were fighting their proxies.
Our Americans to make money to go fucking.
Because they would kill you.
What were we going to spend rubles on?
Well, no, if they sold them in Russia,
you need to sell it in America to get U.S. dollars, to use U.S. dollars to spend on the shit you wanted to use it for. So, you know, like selling it in China and getting, you know, fucking yuan or whatever it's called.
You don't think it's easier to sell crack to people in L.A. than it is to sell crack to people in Moscow?
No. Y'all are missing the point. Like we allow our druggies to, you know, languish in prison and rehabs and all that stuff. If we done it in Russia, they would just kill the drug dealer.
Right. Agreed.
Same thing in China. So it would immediately get nipped in the bud.
Mm-hmm.
I see what you're saying, but that's how. So we done the same thing to Russia, but with American, you know, our culture, Levi's jeans, our music, all that stuff.
It's in editing and post. It's going to take a while in post. Got a lot of editing.
Cynic, that is America's worst export is our culture. I agree with
brought down the iron. Yeah, brought down ended the Cold War.
Well,
the bastards wanted Levi jeans.
Yeah.
No. Yep. Yeah, that's true. Anyway, what the fuck do I know?
No.
Everything, Julio.
Dude,
you're the most intelligent person on the panel.
A great job of exporting our culture. Everybody thinks this is a fucking paradise.
But here's the problem: it's shit because now you've got. Listen, hip hop culture is the lowest IQ form of culture.
Did you just read that story that the fucking CIA created gangster rap?
Okay, fine, whatever.
Bankers created gangster rap.
Oh, now we're talking, Cynic. Let's all right. We just figured it out. Then we don't need to talk any further. Bankers.
Whoa,
Jim, we talked about that about 2 weeks ago.
Is that true, Jim? There's an article.
There's an article about it. Yeah, you want me to find it?
I'll tell you how powerful, quote unquote, the bankers are. Crap.
Let's go.
One sec. I'm about to back out. My headset keeps acting up.
Some YouTube people trying to cut an ad in.
Where'd he go?
Banned by the CIA.
He dropped his iPad. Fuck, dropped my iPad. Yeah, I think our culture did a lot to help us, Julio, by promoting it, because it did help us sell our products in other countries. I mean, we ain't buying a lot of Russian products in America, right?
Yeah, but who's we? Who's selling the products to other countries?
The companies.
What? Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, they're the people that provide the jobs, that provide the food for my wife and kids. So if I can't sell enough fucking lawnmowers in goddamn America, and Mexico wants to buy some and sell them to their people, why wouldn't I? But nobody's looking for the Mexican brand of fucking lawnmower around the world. You know what I'm saying?
I do, but a lawnmower does something. It cuts grass.
Jeans wear on your legs.
Hip hop culture and fat ass women don't do anything except for spread that shit worldwide. So now everybody in fucking Glasgow, Scotland thinks they're whatever, easy. It's fucking. It's not the best that our culture has to offer.
Is ABBA the best that Sweden has to offer the world?
Sweden? I don't know what the Arabs and what the Muslim country Sweden
is. ABBA.
Yes. No,
is
yes.
ABBA
Yes.
the best that Sweden has to offer the world?
Jesus,
I'll tell you what.
microphone.
I'm gonna stick up for ABBA here.
No, is that the best they have to offer? That's all I asked.
No, blonde girls with blue eyes and big titties are the best Sweden has to offer.
Not their chocolates, not their fucking watches.
I don't know. I mean, that's all right.
Well, again, I mean, they're supposed to be the best in the world, right? I mean, the best timepieces in the world. But again, yes, Dave. Oh, yeah. They founded and spread modern art, the real ugly art that takes no talent. Yes.
Crazy Cat, always on point.
Yeah, what's his face? The guy that did those soup cans was the CIA dude.
What, Andy Warhol?
Yep.
With the fight, yeah, everybody's like, "Oh, Velvet Underground, that's really hot stuff." I'm like, yeah, whatever. And on the album cover, who gives a fuck?
Close, son of a I'm just asking, like, I mean, every culture's got what they hope can be successful and something they hope to be successful around the world, but we just had more of it. We were a better propaganda machine in the end, right?
I agree with that.
Yeah. We promoted fucking freedom and democracy, which we're finding out is a bunch of bullshit, Jim. It seems like everything's fixed. Seems like it's been fixed for a long time.
I'll stop my ranting. My apologies, Dave.
Why? That's why you're here, Julio. Rant.
That's all right. We'd be living on fucking Mars now. Well, never mind.
If what?
Nothing.
We'd be living on Mars if the government wasn't involved?
Well, that's a good question. Like, why? Listen, I mean, the IQ drain in this country is real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the reason I don't know. I don't want to live on Mars. I saw Total Recall. It doesn't seem very fun.
But fuck Mars.
You know, look,
Right.
dude,
I'm going to live on the second moon next month.
Let's think about this. We can't go back to the moon because we lost all the technology.
You believe that shit?
Yeah.
I've got an iPad in my.
We
hand
didn't go
right
in the
now.
first place. That's the point.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Now we're see.
We didn't go in the first place.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Well, I mean,
dude.
it's been proven that they filmed stuff.
They
They
had
filmed
to.
stuff, yeah, because they had to, just in case, everything messed up, quote unquote, when they made it to the moon. So,
Not a lot of hip hop and fat ass girls in the Philippines.
yeah, but you're in the fucking Philippines. I
Don't
don't
make
want
me
to.
pull up the documentary again about that proves we went to the moon.
Don't you play that propaganda here. Don't you make me do that, Ricky Bobby. Don't put that evil on me.
Remember we played it? Whitey's on the moon?
Yeah. I got struck. Yeah, of course.
Can't pay my rent because
I got copyright hit.
I think that was the first time I came on your stream. As soon as I popped on, Jim was playing Whitey's on the Moon, and I was like, "Whoa, what the fuck did I just click into?"
I can't believe you got copyright struck. Who owns that copyright for that song?
A banker.
Some fucking banker.
Well, that's it. See,
dude, I got struck for my fucking intro, and it's an AI song.
What, Suits intro? You got struck for that?
You have to fucking send in a thing and say, dude, this is AI. And they go, oh, we're dropping it. There's somebody out there always trying to claim shit, dude. It's fake. It's fraudulent.
Yeah, it's actually a really big scam to where there's companies that are set up to just copyright claim ad revenue.
And if you don't pay attention and don't,
then they just take your ads.
Take your fucking ad revenue.
Yep.
It's goddamn ridiculous.
The biggest financial hit to your show, Dave, was letting me be on the panel, because now I'm not super chatting you anymore.
You can still super chat while you're on the panel.
I'm not fucking doing double. No, what?
Exactly, Alistair. Oh, that's awesome. Can we play it, Jim?
What? The video?
Our CIA.
In the 70s, Latin America and Southeast Asia were major drug production regions, particularly for heroin and cocaine. These areas were not only critical to the drug supply, but also strategically important in the fight against communism.
The film you are seeing was made by Signal Corps photographers of the United States Army. Now to the Soviet version, complete with Korean dialogue.
By leveraging the drug trade, the CIA could fund its covert operations while also destabilizing regions with communist influence. Operation X wasn't just about money. It was a geopolitical strategy designed to achieve U.S. objectives using illicit means. But how did the CIA, an agency sworn to protect U.S. interests, end up entangled with drug traffickers?
As disappointed as I may be in some who serve me, I am still the one who must answer to the American people for this behavior. And as personally distasteful as I find secret bank accounts and diverted funds, well, as the Navy would say, this happened on my watch. Let's start with the part that is the most controversial.
One of the most notorious examples of CIA involvement in drug trafficking comes from the Iran-Contra affair.
While American troops were being deployed to 4 training locations far away from battle zones, Honduran warplanes were bombing Nicaraguan positions in response to the Sandinistas placing down landmines as they withdrew toward the border.
In the 1980s, the CIA was accused of facilitating the smuggling of cocaine into the U.S. to fund the Contras, a Nicaraguan rebel group fighting the communist Sandinista government.
Possibility exists that U.S. air support may be used to transport Honduran troops to the border for retaliatory strikes.
And I could foresee that happening. Has an official request come through to your knowledge yet? Not to my knowledge.
But the CIA's links to the drug trade didn't start in the 1980s. During the Vietnam War, the CIA worked closely with the Hmong tribes in Laos who were deeply involved in the opium trade.
A ton of cocaine, pure cocaine worth hundreds of millions, is smuggled into the United States. Sound familiar? Not the way this ton of cocaine got here.
In exchange for their military cooperation against North Vietnam, the CIA allegedly turned a blind eye to the Hmong opium production, allowing the trade to flourish. Profits from this trade were used to fund covert military operations throughout Southeast Asia. Agencies' willingness to...
Fun fact, that movie Gran Torino, those Asians, those were all Hmongs.
Good point. Andrew.
So after we used them and they had to get them out of there, they brought them and dumped them in California.
And wasn't that movie in Michigan?
No, that was California.
I thought Gran Torino was in the Midwest. I think it was Detroit or something. I think it was. Andrew Rowland for 5. Speaking of Reagan, I saw the Reagan movie with my mom and aunt. Is that the new one, Andrew?
Yep.
They just released a new Reagan movie, right?
Yeah, Nick Searcy's in it, the guy who plays Art in Justified.
Well, I'd love to have him on here to talk about that. That'd be awesome.
So I'm saying. He's a maniac. Is the movie good? Well, I guess Andrew.
Dip Trippy says, you guys ever hear any of Foundering's songs on X? He's Max Foil. You ever heard of him, guys?
No.
Stimulated, you heard of him?
No.
You seem to know everybody. God damn it.
No. What was his name again? Say it again.
Max Foil.
No. That's one I don't know.
Well, they said opium and cocaine. That was Detroit. I thought it was too.
Cocaine.
How could it have been Detroit?
Because that's where it took place.
Y'all still arguing about Gran Torino?
I think he was a auto factory worker, Jim, and he retired, and his neighborhood just got overran and overran.
With Mexicans.
No, it was the Hmong. The Hmong.
Asian Mexicans.
And the Mexicans took over, yeah.
Wait, what?
See, I thought so. Yeah. He worked and his wife died. He was a single guy and he wasn't going to fucking leave. I love that fucking movie, man. Good flick. And who could have thought that, Clint Eastwood, the spaghetti Western rawhide kid, was going to be such a good director? Like, he directed a lot of good movies.
Yeah, it took place in Michigan. I just Googled it.
I know where it took place. I've seen a movie like that's my Justified. I watch it probably twice a year. I like that movie.
You're that big a fan of Gran Torino?
Wait, there's a big Hmong population in Detroit?
This didn't happen today, Jim.
All right, I'm Googling that now.
No, I'm asking. There's a big Hmong population in Detroit.
No,
I know there's a big Hmong
not anymore.
population
It's
in
all
Minnesota and in California, but I'm not sure about Michigan.
Well, I don't think the whole neighborhood was Hmong. I think there was a few families of Hmongs there, and they were surrounded by the Mexicans or whoever. Hail, Katie Dids channel. How are you? Hope you're doing well tonight. I watched your stream last night, Katie. I don't know what the fuck any of you guys were talking about. I was like, what the hell is all this stuff? And then to hear all the people that I thought were like not into anime at all on this show, I was like, God damn, these people know a lot about this stuff, Jim.
It's good stuff.
So I gotta go to bed. So I went to bed. I couldn't watch it anymore because I don't know anything about it.
Well, that's why you need to watch the show, so then you can watch along with us.
You can say that. Oh, I'm not watching the shows. Are you crazy? I'm trying to watch Justified. I'm trying to watch stuff for
Nerd.
Well, you're not on tomorrow night's show then, are you? Because tomorrow night is season 2, episodes 1 and 2 for Justified reviews.
You can send me the link. I've watched Justified. It's a good show.
Richard Jewell was his last really great movie. Oh, about the Atlanta bomber stuff.
Wasn't that the Olympics?
Minnesota has the highest concentration of the
Oh my
Hmongs.
God, Jim is on this.
Right? And California's here and Wisconsin, but Michigan, nothing.
Okay. What does that mean?
It means I don't know. I think this movie sucks because it's not factual. I totally hate Gran
This
Torino.
says Americans with Hmong ancestry. This doesn't say
It says
Hmong
percentage.
immigrants.
Less than
It doesn't say immigrants.
0.01%.
Those were immigrants. Those were actual refugees, weren't they?
Look, top 5 percentage-wise. Minnesota, Wisconsin, Alaska, California, North Carolina.
Why is Puerto Rico to the east of Georgia?
We'll just say, I hate that movie now. That movie sucks.
Why is Alaska
Gran
under
Torino
California?
sucks now. So fuck Gran Torino. It's fake as fuck.
Well, it is. It is a work of fiction.
Yeah, it's fiction, all right.
Not a documentary.
They should call it fixed shit.
My God, I guess you don't like women bosses in movies either, do you?
No, they should be making sandwiches.
Can you go fucking get on the FNT panel, please? I mean,
I'm trying. As soon as they send me the fucking link, I'm out of here.
Well, dude, you've proven that. Like,
Oh no. Where'd Cynic go? You kick
That was
him?
great, Jim. I'm out of here. I'm out like a light. All right, let's get back to the
Clint, first of all, Clint Eastwood ain't dead, Sonorum.
Nope, he's still alive. I just saw a photo with him the other day with
Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson. Yep, they look great. Clint looked great to be 92 or 3 years old. So Scorpion.
Is that what happened? Yeah.
And California is north of Alaska now, according to that map. It's so great. Like, if there's nobody in fucking Alaska, we probably don't need to see it on the fucking map.
Dave, when I went to school, there were 4 oceans. Remember that? Atlantic, Pacific, Indian, and Arctic. Now there's another one. You know that?
No.
Yeah, my kids are like, there's 5 oceans. I'm like, when did this happen? Apparently there's something called the Southern Ocean now.
Oh, fuck. That's just them trying. No.
That's fucking hibbity-jibbity bullshit these fucking assholes are trying to talk.
Shit.
Yeah. They get all the bad weather in Alaska to be right off of fucking Baja. Man, how's all that winter weather and all that great wildlife get there?
They just moved down to get warmer weather. Sawed it off and pushed it south.
Oh my God, Stimulated Cynic, you're gonna love this. Katie did super chat.
Oh man, I don't know what's going on with my with my setup.
The
It's
great
just acting crazy.
Stimulated Cynic, the best co-host a girl could ask for. Hail Julio. I'm glad you got first dibs, Julio. Dave and Jim. When we get to your favorite anime, I'll have you on, Dave. Overlord. I love Overlord. I'll talk about Overlord all the time. Have you seen Overlord Stimulated? It's fucking, he owns a 65-year-old white guy. Now his shit don't work. Thank you for the $5.
I'm here. Yeah, I've watched Overlord 2 or 3 times. And Katie, thank you so much. Don't listen to what these guys say about me. They're all liars, except for Julio.
Come on, goddamn.
I don't know. Go ahead.
I've seen more Pokemon with my grandson than I ever did raising all 4 of my kids, because I was always gone, like always working. Now that I'm not always gone and my grandson's always hanging out with me in the basement, for like the first, probably from the time he was 3 to 4, every day it was Pokemon, dude. And it was always on. I never bought more Pokemon shit in my life in the last 2 years than I did raising 4 kids that loved Pokemon, because I got money now, right? You're a broke ass when you're 30 years old raising 4 kids.
Oh,
you know how that goes, Julio.
I know how it goes now. Yeah, yeah, I got you. I think
You know
the only anime adjacent thing I've ever watched is Grave of the Fireflies, which was great.
Japanese propaganda.
I thought it was a good movie. Okay, I picked the wrong thing.
No, I heard it. It's on our list actually. It almost won our vote last night.
I've watched every Studio Ghibli movie at least 10 times. So if you ever want to bring me on for that shit, I'll talk about
You're
that.
a man after my own heart, Dave. That is
all my kids love them, dude.
Studio Ghibli is amazing.
If they want to watch it, I'm gonna watch it with them. I've taken my kids to the theaters to see those movies. Oh man, by the time my grandson was 4, he could name them all, Julio.
Oh yeah.
Name them all. Yep. And my grandkid loves to watch fucking people play Minecraft, and then he'll get the Switch and he'll say, "Hey, I need you to open the Nether world right now because I need to go to the Nether." I'm like, that's not what fucking Minecraft is, goddammit. Minecraft is earning your shit and getting there. You don't just go there. Well, there's this. No, I don't want any part of this nonsense. Yeah. It's crazy. Some of that stuff's good though, man. I mean, Pokemon's been around how many years, guys? It's longer than One Piece, right? Stimulated like a lot longer.
I had myself on mute. Yeah, it's so One Piece came out, the manga came out in 97 and the anime came out in 99. And so Pokemon's been out since mid 90s. So
yeah. Think about it though, Julio. You know, Nintendo was a trading card company in the early 1900s.
Yep.
It's fucking incredible, right? Think about it. They own Pokemon.
A good gig for Nintendo. They did it right.
Oh, since I was in middle school, says Katie. All right. So we got kind of an age there on Katie now. All right.
Oh, I know Katie's age. Y'all give me enough money, I'll tell y'all.
I don't care.
That's all right.
I don't ask.
I was gonna lie if y'all did anyway. Jesus, all y'all know sold me, you bastards. No, man, it's cool. Fucking assholes.
So the agencies willing to engage with drug traffickers was a recurring pattern. Well, how are you going to fucking sell if you're not dealing with the traffickers, Jim?
I don't know.
Well, let's find out.
Yeah, give Dave $20 and he'll tell you. It takes $20 to make me holla. Remember that song?
Mm-hmm.
Wild, man.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
To engage with drug traffickers was a recurring pattern, one that spanned continents and decades.
According to what the former head of the Drug Enforcement Administration told Mike Wallace, this drug shipment got here courtesy of what he calls drug trafficking by the CIA.
This brings us to Operation X, a secret program that further cemented the CIA's involvement in global drug trafficking. The Covert Action Document, a vital source of information on these operations, describes how Operation X allowed the CIA to covertly fund its anti-communist campaigns by facilitating drug smuggling through regions like the Golden Triangle in Southeast Asia.
Southeast Asia's Golden Triangle refers to an area covering the intersecting borders Myanmar, Laos, and
There's a hurricane.
He's asking how you're doing with it. Like,
oh, I'm doing fine.
And back.
Is it crazy winds there yet, or is that?
No, it's been crazy all day.
The winds have been crazy.
Yeah.
Is it supposed to pass through by tonight, or what?
It should be gone by tomorrow morning. For me, anyway.
Have you seen any down trees or anything around you?
I haven't seen any down trees around me or anything like that.
All right. Well,
I don't know. My power went out a bunch of times today.
Oh, is that how your TV got fried, dude?
Maybe.
I think it is, right?
Yeah, sure.
Depending on how much the repair is, right? I hope it is what you said it was going to be, Jim. I hope
I hope so.
That would be awesome. Like, that just if it's that easy, that'd be great.
Yeah.
At that point, you don't file anything. All right, sorry, Jim. Kevin just wanted to know how you were doing, bud.
I need to address Crazy Cat in the chat.
What's he saying?
Because, first of all, Crazy Cat, I haven't seen Gran Torino in probably, 8 years, 10 years. I don't know, whenever the fuck it came out. That's number one. Number two, they built cars in other places besides Michigan.
Honestly,
they have car plants all over the fucking country. They built cars in California. They built cars in Illinois. They built cars in Tennessee. They had car plants all over. There was a huge automobile and airplane industry in California. Secondly, I knew that the Hmongs were concentrated in California and Minnesota. I assumed because the movie was based on Hmongs, it wasn't fucking Minnesota, that it was California. That's what happened. Fuck off.
Thailand. In recent years, this region has emerged as the world's fastest growing source of methamphetamine, supplying the Asian and Australian markets, where it's known as yaba or ice.
But it wasn't just Southeast Asia where the CIA turned a blind eye to the drug trade. Enter the French Connection, one of the most famous international drug smuggling operations in history. In the 1950s and 60s, this heroin trafficking network smuggled drugs from Turkey through France and into the United States.
And what reason did the CIA
God
have for
damn,
promoting
look
this
at that
drug
dude's
smuggling?
forehead.
Well, the only rationale that's ever been offered is that
Holy
this would
shit.
lead to
That
some
is
valuable drug intelligence.
At its height, the French Connection was responsible for much of the heroin flowing into America. While this network was widely publicized after law enforcement agencies cracked down on it, some argue that intelligence agencies, possibly including the CIA, allowed the network to operate as long as it aligned with their...
Why was it possibly included? He's sure really the possibly and allegedly when it comes to the CIA.
Yeah, every other video, you know, he knew that the FBI did this. And it's weird, though, like the DEA sold out the CIA to 60 Minutes. Like, isn't that weird? Or
weird.
did they just everybody hate the CIA that's not in the CIA?
Oh yeah, all those 3-letter agencies hate each other because they're always fighting for funding.
Bread and circuses.
Yeah.
What this is.
their
Hey, look over
broader
there. There's shit.
geological objectives.
But you weren't going to stop them in Miami or Houston or wherever. These drugs were simply going to go to the United States and then go into the traffic and eventually reach the streets.
That's what they wanted to do, yes.
The heroin profits allegedly helped finance anti-communist efforts in Indochina,
I wonder how many
particularly
people
in
died
Vietnam.
viciously.
This theory suggests that during the post-World War II era, U.S. and French intelligence agencies may have been quietly supporting the French Connection to fund covert operations in Southeast Asia, where communism was spreading rapidly.
No shit.
Nearly as important as its natural wealth is Southeast Asia's key
May have
strategic
been,
position
Jim. May
astride
have
the
been.
main lines of communication.
But
I love these old-
I
old
thought it was
school.
that guy that was in New York, the black dude, that an American gangster that Denzel
Oh
Washington
yeah,
played. that
Denzel
he's the one
Washington.
who,
That's his name.
yeah, Denzel Washington. He brought in all the drugs from Vietnam with his cousin who was in the army there, and they were putting them in
His
soldiers'
cousin Vinny?
caskets.
In coffins, yeah, in caskets.
Coffins.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay.
That's all.
But all this stuff, the French Connection has to do with the Korean War. I would say. So.
Now, I thought the French Connection had to do with the fact that off of the coast of France, they had set up like some kind of processing facilities for the poppy to turn it in, and it was controlled by like Sicilians, and so it was going through Sicily to France, then shipping them through like olive oil and like tomatoes and stuff like that, crates, and getting it into the U.S. And that's what funded the first olive oil war that Don Corleone won.
Can you imagine all the brain power that goes making these videos, figuring out the earth is flat, solar flare bullshit? If they put all that...
Whoa! Solar flares ain't bullshit, dude. Where the fuck you get off talking like that?
I'm going to give him a break. It's his 40th birthday coming up. So respect.
Yeah,
saying-
I mean, isn't his birthday coming up? Yeah, I think
know,
I
I don't
heard that once.
40. That's, yeah. I heard that he's having a camp. Well, whatever. Point being, there's a million people putting all this brain power into trying to figure out all this woo-woo, hibbity-jibbity bullshit.
Yeah.
That could be going to better things, maybe?
Well, you said it a second ago, Julio. It's
things
allowed
like what,
to-
Julio?
Bread-
Making a comic book?
It's a distraction.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, me and Nicholas are going to make a comic book based on Dave's hotel internet called Skippy and Choppy.
Okay, cool.
We're working on that.
The sequel to that can be Cynic's headphones. Every time Dave pauses the video, my headphones go out. It's the weirdest shit.
Well, that's on Jim's end. That's not mine.
Oh, I thought you were controlling. So Jim's the producer. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm the NPC.
It's an AI, remember? Yeah, NPC.
I keep forgetting that, man. The AI program's so good. See, it just did it again. Bastards.
Communication between
Maybe
Europe
you should get a
and the
better
Far
fucking
East.
connection.
These were tempting economic and military rewards which led the colonial powers to seek control over these countries.
Miss the colonial powers.
The question remains,
My God.
how many of these drug networks were allowed to thrive as long as they helped further geopolitical objectives? Now let's turn to the tragic story of Enrique Kiki Camarena, whose relentless fight against the drug trade cost him his life. Kiki was a DEA agent stationed in Mexico during the 1980s.
America first saw Enrique Camarena 33 years ago when the death of his father, Kiki Camarena, made national news.
He was investigating the Guadalajara cartel, one of the most powerful drug trafficking organizations in the world.
Well, I would say they were the most powerful drug organization in the world at the time, besides the U.S. government.
Well, nobody's been a better drug organization than the U.S. government in history.
Correct.
We do it the best, dude. We get the entire fucking population of our own hooked, and then we blame it on the fucking southern bordering countries for doing it to us.
Yeah, we import it into the black neighborhoods, not thinking that it would ever spill out into the other neighborhoods and ruin entire generations of people. I mean, isn't that one of the reasons why the Gen X generation is called the lost generation?
That and fucking
Kurt Cobain.
The internet. that and OnlyFans, it's ruined entire lives.
Actually, that's a good point, Dave. I want to get into that, but on point there. You can make money presenting like a jungle animal nowadays. God bless them.
Right.
I wish I had prettier feet. I'd start an OnlyFans.
Isn't there an Only Feet channel or something?
Well, there's Wiki Feet.
Prettier feet.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I need prettier feet. I've got like Hobbit feet.
Oh, there's a fetish for that, I'm sure.
Probably.
There's some guy sitting there. There's some guy sitting in a basement in fucking Detroit. Oh God, can I have some more Hobbit feet, please? Who's the new Hobbit foot guy?
Yeah, he's probably working on a comic.
I'll send you $2, baby. Just show me those feet.
No, we're good, pal. We're good, buddy.
As Kiki dug deeper, he reportedly began to uncover evidence linking the cartel not just to Mexican officials, but to the CIA itself. According to some sources, Kiki discovered that the CIA was turning a blind eye to the cartel's operations, or even facilitating them, because the profits were being used to fund U.S. operations in Central America.
Okay, no, I got to push back on this a little bit. The CIA was running there was a Mexican federal, it was called like Tiger something or other, that was like their anti-communist. They basically, and that's who was basically running the country. And Mexico was ran by the same political party for so long, and they were all like anti-communists, and they were tied to the CIA. So they were tangentially connected to the CIA, but it was mostly that the government officials, like these ministers and people that were getting big payoffs from the cartels, they were the ones that were worried that they were going to get exposed. And the CIA was ignoring it, yes, because they were using Mexico for what they wanted.
For cover, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has Mexico ever not been used by powers outside of Mexico, Jim? Aren't they always sort of like...
I think it's us that manipulates them more than anybody, dude.
Yeah.
I honestly do. But it's so funny. Like, they actually have harsher rules to be a fucking Mexican citizen than it is to be an American citizen. You're not having a baby in Mexico and all of a sudden your kid's a fucking Mexican citizen when you're from America or whatever, right? They don't play that
your
shit.
doors when nobody wants to come in your house, though. I mean, what's the point?
Well, you know what, man?
Nowadays,
it would take about a month to clean out the cartel and make Mexico America and part of America with another 10, 20 states down there, and they'd be just fucking fine with that. They can have all the pride they want, but they're a bunch of broke ass motherfuckers who America is keeping poor on purpose. We're doing that shit to those people.
Katie Did's foot chat kind of threw me off. I gotta say.
I know, like nobody wants to see that, Katie. He doesn't even show his face. How are we going to see his fucking feet? Jesus Christ. I think I lost like 10 people when Katie typed that in there. Like, no, we don't want to see that. All right, go ahead, Jim.
particularly to arm the Contras in Nicaragua.
So here you got Jim Campbell, chief of station, who knows about this. Mark McFarland, CIA officer, knows about this, and are stimulating this business of sending what are uncontrolled deliveries of drugs, smuggling drugs into the United States, right?
Right.
In 1985, Kiki was kidnapped, tortured, and murdered by the Guadalajara cartel.
One late-night conversation with his father stuck in his mind.
He asked me, what do you want to be when you grow up? I said, I want to be just like you. And the answer was a swift, no, you're not. Wasn't going to have a law enforcement son.
His death was a turning point in the war on drugs and sparked international outrage, but it also raised serious questions. Did Kiki uncover too much? Was his murder a cover-up to protect the CIA's involvement in drug trafficking? Many believe Kiki's death wasn't just about the cartel protecting his turf. It was about silencing someone who was getting too close to exposing the CIA's role in the global drug trade. Barry Seal's story adds another layer to the shadowy connections between drug traffickers and the CIA.
Good evening, I'm John Camp. In September 1984, I received a telephone call from a man named Barry Seal, who claimed he was being treated unfairly by law enforcement officials in Baton Rouge.
A notorious drug smuggler, Seal flew plane loads of cocaine from Colombia into the U.S. throughout the 1970s and 80s. But Seal wasn't just any smuggler. He later claimed that he was working with the CIA, helping the agency carry out covert operations while simultaneously smuggling drugs for the Medellin cartel led by Pablo Escobar.
I set up a meeting with Seal at which he told me a bizarre story about his undercover exploits while working with Miami drug agents and even the CIA.
Seal's ties to the CIA allegedly began when he started working as an informant for the DEA, providing information on cartel operations. However, it's been claimed that the CIA turned a blind eye to his drug smuggling because he was helping them move weapons and money for covert operations, including aiding the Contras in Nicaragua.
We have a gentleman down in...
Jim? You're muted, Jim.
Shit. I thought Barry Seal started with the CIA in Air America in Vietnam.
Was it Vietnam? I thought
That's
it was
why-
South America.
That's why I heard his name.
No, he was like 17 or 18. He was a pilot, started out as a pilot for the CIA.
Oh, okay.
And then as he got older, he still worked for the CIA and he was a pilot for them, like through the 70s and into like this 84, I think is when he got killed. You know, we didn't get out of Vietnam and everything until 74, 75 is when we finally pulled everyone out and all that stuff ended and they had to find different places to get their drugs.
But Air America was South American trade, right? That was
Air America was Vietnam. Flying shit into the fucking Cambodia and Laos, places we weren't supposed to be. So that's why it was a private company.
So that Tom Cruise movie was Laos? I thought it was. Man, okay.
No, the Tom Cruise movie Air America was about Barry Seal.
I thought it was South America.
Or no, that's American made.
American made. Yeah.
But no, Air America was a Mel Gibson and
Yeah,
Robert
different
Downey
movie.
Jr. movie.
Yeah,
I believe.
right.
And that
That
was
was
about
different.
Vietnam and Laos
Right.
and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
But
Which
I'm
one do you
saying
like better?
I don't know.
Do you like any of them?
Yeah, they're both good movies.
Yeah.
I prefer Operation Dumbo Drop.
Oh, fuck.
It's a pretty good one.
Forgot about that.
Great Danny Glover movie.
Ugh, Danny Glover. Terrible.
Okay.
Come on, man.
See, I'm not
You said
racist, so
nothing?
I could say it's a good movie.
Louis Gossett Jr. or Danny Glover?
Oh, Louis Gossett Jr.
Okay.
What's your favorite Louis Gossett Jr. movie?
I can't think of any.
I got
Officer-
one. What?
Officer Gentleman, right?
No. Keep going. Dave?
all I
Iron
got.
Eagle?
No. Diggstown.
Don't think I've seen that one, Jim.
You've never seen Diggstown?
I don't think so.
Holy fuck. James Woods, Louis Gossett Jr. It's fucking awesome.
Is that a movie?
Yes. Diggstown.
1992. Nope, I haven't seen this.
It is fucking awesome.
Raisins in the Sun. That's my favorite Louis Gossett Jr. movie.
Okay.
Bruce Dern and Heather Graham are in it too, huh? Cool.
If we're talking miniseries, it has to be Roots.
You don't like Officer and a Gentleman, though, Jim?
No, it's okay. I just don't like Richard Gere. I can't
take him serious.
No, I can't. That whole hamster gerbil scenario thing. I just can't do it.
It's a Fenoik.
He's a Fenoik.
Yeah.
A little zesty.
Nicaragua, who is on contract to the CIA, advising supposedly on military tactics, the Contras.
Mr. President, you're implying then that the CIA in Nicaragua is directing the Contras there.
I'm afraid I misspoke when I said a CIA head in Nicaragua. There's not someone there directing all of this activity.
Seal's life was a perfect example of how deeply intertwined the worlds of drug trafficking and covert government operations had become.
And the exciting thing in life to me is to get into a life-threatening situation. Now that's excitement.
Once again, our lead story, Barry Seal, an airline pilot turned drug smuggler and soldier of fortune, has been assassinated.
His murder further illustrates the dangerous and murky world of drug trafficking, where informants, smugglers, and government agents often found themselves caught between criminal organizations and government interests. Let's now turn to the lesser-known but equally tragic story of Santi Barrio, a DEA agent whose life and death highlight the dangers faced by those who get too close to uncovering the truth. Santi Barrio worked undercover in South America, where he risked his life infiltrating some of the world's most dangerous drug cartels.
Santi Barrio was a DEA agent who worked for me in New York.
According to former DEA agent Michael Levine, Barrio was uncovering evidence the CIA was involved in drug trafficking, working with cartels to finance their covert operations.
Worked for CIA, worked for everybody in the world who wanted this guy, who was really something out of a movie, but he was a DEA agent.
Barrio's investigation reportedly threatened to expose the agency's connections to these criminal organizations, and this placed him in the crosshairs of forces much more powerful than any cartel.
And I'm in Argentina. I get word that Santi Barrio was arrested by DEA Internal Affairs for smuggling heroin into the United States across the Mexican border.
Tragically, Santi Barrio died before he could fully expose what he had uncovered. Levine describes Barrio as someone who was betrayed by the very government he worked for.
And Santi was not a guy, we couldn't believe he did this. And as it turns out, he was cleared posthumously. What happened is he took a bite of a peanut butter sandwich one day while in jail, waiting to go to trial. And all of us who knew Santi were waiting to see what truths would come out. Holy crap, this guy knew where everything was buried. They really gonna put him on trial?
His death, like Kiki Camarina's, represents a symbol of how dangerous it can be to get too close to the truth when it comes to uncovering the murky alliances between intelligence agencies and drug traffickers.
Well, he takes a bite of a peanut butter sandwiches, falls down in convulsions, goes into a coma. First, the first physical examination results in findings that he had strychnine in his blood. That disappeared.
The consequences of the
Is it weird I want a
CIA's
peanut butter
alleged
sandwich
involvement
now?
in drug trafficking were not just felt by
Peanut butter jelly is underrated, dude.
I'm talking about just a plain peanut butter with a glass of milk. Oh, Jesus. PB&J is underrated though, Dave. You are spot on with that one.
I mean, so good, but like, if you ever read like the peanut butter jar, like 1 teaspoon's 110 calories of peanut butter. No, I'm just saying. And it's always about 4 teaspoons on a sandwich, right?
Yeah, so the stuff I buy, 2 tablespoons is 180 calories.
Yeah, and you'd have at least 4.
Yeah.
And 2 slices of white bread's 140 calories.
Yep.
And then the
And
jam,
then
another 40 calories. So
that's what's crazy though. Like the jelly or jam itself is nothing but just fruit pectin and sugar, and it's
Mhm.
40 calories.
Mm-hmm.
Bastards.
But that
Don't read
protein
the side of
has
the bottle.
calories, dude.
Don't read the side of the pack. Don't read. Just eat.
Nah, I want to look like Dave when I get old. Jacked. Look at him.
Look, he's swole as fuck.
Swole. Like he just got hit with a whole bunch of bee stings. That's how
Got
swole
hit
he
with
is.
an ugly stick on the way to the house.
Well, we weren't talking about your face.
He's bourbon maxing.
I'm flexing underneath my head so nobody can see. Oh my goodness. Fucking bastard.
Oh, my bad, man.
Mm.
Go ahead, Jim. Jim left.
Individuals like Kiki Camarena, Barry Seal, and Santi Barrio. These operations had far-reaching effects on global politics.
Money laundering.
In Latin America, the CIA's partnerships with drug cartels and paramilitary groups fueled decades of violence, corruption, and instability.
I know that many of you come from somewhat warmer climates and aren't accustomed to this Washington deep freeze, but I'll hope that the warmth of our hospitalities help make up for the temperature outside.
Governments were destabilized, and drug cartels became so powerful that they often rivaled national governments in terms of influence and resources. In Southeast Asia, where the CIA worked with opium traffickers during the Vietnam War, the drug trade became institutionalized, creating powerful cartels that continue to operate today.
And now moving to southern Mexico, which is grappling with deadly cartel violence. More than 4,000 residents were forced to flee the town of Tia after drug cartels opened fire and burnt down their homes.
These covert operations left a legacy of instability, fueling anti-American sentiment and undermining efforts to combat the drug trade in the regions the CIA once sought to control. In the United States, the effects were equally devastating.
The drug so powerful it will empty the money from your pockets, make you sell the watch off your wrist, the clothes off your back.
The crack cocaine epidemic of the 1980s, which disproportionately affected urban communities, was fueled in part by the very drugs that flowed into the U.S. as a result of CIA-backed operations.
Yeah, cocaine.
The human cost of these covert actions was immense, with addiction, crime, and violence tearing apart communities and lives. The human toll of the CIA's alleged involvement in drug trafficking can't be overstated. In the U.S., the crack epidemic decimated entire neighborhoods, particularly in low-income, predominantly African-American communities.
And this is the most addicting thing that probably ever existed in the world, you know? It will make you a slave.
Leroy Johnson has been addicted to crack for more than a year. He says he works these streets at night, sometimes selling marijuana to finance his crack habit.
Yeah,
in
that's
Latin
what he's
America
selling.
and Southeast Asia, the regions where the CIA partnered with drug traffickers were left with legacies of violence, corruption, and political instability.
I thought he said Leroy Jenkins.
Cartels became
I was gonna
powerful
scream
forces,
Leroy
corrupting
Jenkins,
governments
but
and fueling
I didn't
conflicts
know
that
if y'all
continue
knew
to
the
this
name.
day, when the very agencies designed to protect the public are implicated in illegal activities like drug trafficking. It undermines faith in democracy, the rule of law, and justice.
The bitch
And
did set him up.
He says the following: Mike, right now, there are 10 lawyers sitting in one big room reading every page of your book.
Lawyers.
Looking for a reason to indict you.
The story of the CIA's involvement in drug trafficking is one of the most shocking and controversial chapters in modern history. From Operation X to the French Connection and the tragic stories of Kiki Camarena, Santi Barrio, and Barry Seal, we've seen how the pursuit of power and money led to devastating consequences on a global scale.
Then he said, just one word: beware of a peanut butter sandwich. And of course, the peanut
God,
butter
I want a
sandwich was
fucking peanut butter
symbolic
sandwich.
of DEA agent Santi Barrio, who died in a jail cell after allegedly swallowing peanut butter, and it choked him. Everyone in the Drug Enforcement Administration from that point on understood what a peanut butter sandwich is.
Okay, hold on
This
one second.
exploration into
Have
one
y'all
of
heard also that one of the major crack dealers in the world, the Bloods out in California,
Mm-hmm.
their lead drug dealer also died from a peanut butter sandwich.
No way.
Swear to God. So I used to hang out with some African American gentlemen when I was younger, and they were affiliated with this gang. And I made a joke about peanut butter, and they told me the story that like they don't even use that word or eat that product because of that. And I looked it up. I mean, it's a real legit urban wives' tale.
Well, that's ironic with George Washington Carver, and there's some irony. Same.
So that's weird. I'm gonna have to look this story up about the peanut butter sandwich that this banker keeps going on about and see what I can find. See if they're like the same story that have just been telephoned into another story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. You tell one person something, and then
Yeah.
Hey, Jim, this is completely off topic, but do you think Ethan might become a daytime streamer now with his new schedule?
I hope so.
I don't know. He said he was going to stream tonight. Clearly, he lied.
He needs to shut up and
so.
crawl.
He killed our anime show last night, bastard.
Well, I'm just dude, you can't fight that war. You just got to go do your shit, right? But
yeah,
my question is, do you just think he's going to be a daytime streamer because he said he's got to get up every day at 6:00 in the morning now with his daughter and stuff?
Well, I'm just wondering because this sounds an awful lot like what Nick's schedule was. Remember, he had to get up, take care of his kids, and all this stuff. I don't know. If Ethan starts to lose a bunch of weight, I'm going to be highly suspect of what's
He's already
really going
doing
on.
it, Jim. He's
You know?
already.
He's doing all this stuff. His wife doesn't do nothing. I mean, this is all similar. This is like history repeating itself.
And he started losing weight after he done that pie stream with Nick Rekieta a couple months ago.
I'm just wondering, just connecting dots here.
I'm going to DM him.
I know he's got his dad in town, but he did say he was going to come on tonight at 8, which is fine. I mean, if he doesn't, he doesn't. I mean, he did stream today. I'm just in general thinking, do you think he'll be a daytime streamer just so it's easier on his life? Because
I don't know. I think he should probably focus more on working on his comic books and making sure that his books that are supposed to be signed are signed when they're shipped out, and that the shit actually gets shipped out to the people that pay for them, and people don't have to hound them and hunt them down to get their shit. I mean, that would make sense. I don't know, but that's just me spitballing here. Not that anything like that ever happened to me.
Literally, shut up and is exactly what he should do.
of history's darkest secrets has left you wanting to know more. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more stories that uncover the hidden truths behind world events.
Crazy Cat, I disagree with that because a lot of people work from home now and looking for shit to listen to. That's why, like, Katie does shit in the morning.
Plus, like, he had a lot of
I always
people
take a
on.
shit in the morning right after I have my coffee.
But he had like people
Same,
on.
Jim.
He had people on like in Germany and
Australia
that were like, "Holy shit, I get to watch you live!" Because you know it's always streaming them near asleep or whatever. There was 1,400 people watching when I was on today.
Yeah, me too.
And that was a spontaneous stream with no fucking warning. I don't know. I'm just asking the question in general because, you know, when you have big life changes like that, you have to make decisions because if he's home at night and is, you know, he's got to take care of stuff that he's not normally taking care of, it's going to hard to stream. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. But if your daughter's at school in the hours that you can stream, boy, that makes life a whole lot easier.
But as customers, well, I'm not a customer, but if I were, I'd pay for something. I want something. His personal life, your personal life. I mean, wish him well, of course.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit? If I pay for a fucking signed comic, sign the shit and send it to me. Right?
I'm talking about his streaming career. Like, that's a different thing.
Oh, is he a streamer or a comic book guy?
You can do both. I mean, I'm a realtor and I've streamed every night for almost a month now. So, although I will say, traveling to Birmingham and then having to go to do meetings this morning and go to court almost killed me. I thought I was dying before I came on this stream.
Crazy Cat, I completely agree. It is worth it to hire a nanny if you can, if you have the means.
Sure. I'd love to have a butler.
Dude,
Go to school in a double wide like Cynic.
I'd love to have a housekeeper.
Bastard.
That's why he's in Birmingham. He's like,
Yeah.
shit, my fucking trailer's floating away right now. God
Yeah, I
damn
got to
it.
get away. My single wide is coming off the bricks.
I was in Montgomery, Alabama on business.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Montgomery is
shit show. Oh, God.
Montgomery is dark.
It's crazy,
That's
right?
all I'm gonna say.
Like
Yep.
It's crazy. Like anytime he streams, there's people tuning in. But if he would have, like look, man, I love whenever he streams, because if I'm driving down the road and there's an Ethan stream on, I'll just turn it on.
Yeah.
And if I'm home at night and I'm not streaming, I'll watch it. If not, I'll watch it the next day. Sometimes I can only take enough Eric July to where I don't care anymore about what, even we don't like to talk about it that much, right? It's just like, oh, okay, I get it. His take is super funny, but okay, I gotta go watch something else. I'll watch Katie's repeats. I'll watch her videos and stuff like that.
Yeah. It's like Star Wars is dead. Eric July is
Be right back.
all the same shit.
Yeah, but at least, again, I've made this statement before many times. Ethan's trying to defend his space against a total fucking grifter who has no talent.
Dave, I'm an outsider, so I'm just coming from the outside.
Yeah, your perspective from an outsider does make sense.
Mm-hmm.
And if you haven't followed the lore, but also what people don't understand from what EBS has said is he draws all day, then he goes and has dinner, he takes a break, and then he live streams, and then he draws most of the night till he goes to bed.
Oh, I know. No.
So
yeah, he's working.
I did hear about that, Kane. You hear about the Gary from Neurotic apparently tweeted something today about indie comic creators or something.
I think he made.
Yeah, you should go look at my tweet that I made.
I think he made a video. I'm going to look it up.
Because where's that book at, Gary? Hey, Gary, where's that book you've been promising to write for a year that was supposed to be done in December of last year?
Yeah,
Gary?
Jail cell autobiography or something like that.
Yeah, where's the meth diaries, Gary?
The meth diaries.
Yeah.
All right, guys. This is why I'm so fucking. I thought he. Shane made a video about it, not Gary. Okay.
Yeah, Shane made it.
So, but let's look at Gary's channel. Rings of Power Season 2 is a disaster. Women destroy Middle Earth. Agatha All Along is agony all along. Am I Racist review. Rings of Power Season 2 is abysmal. Lord of the Rings from Dummies.
Don't you love those Perry Chan thumbnails, bro?
God damn it.
Perry Chan, man. Perry Chan is so funny, Dave. You
Rings
know
of
that.
Power 2 flops. Amazon's hilarious disaster. Rings of Power 2 is awful. A Crime Against Tolkien. The Acolyte is canceled, and that's a good thing. Alien Romulus review, a disappointing repurp. Oh, see, I fucking like that movie. You fuck nut. See,
Which movie was it?
Alien Romulus. I would have
Yeah,
never
I heard it. Yeah,
seen it.
I heard it was awesome.
I fucking liked it a lot. A lot. Julio was going to go see it, but he got sidetracked. But it'll be on fucking streaming soon. But fuck, I would have never saw it if I still watched this fucking cunt. Can woke Hollywood be unburdened by what it has been? The Rings of
You
Power.
imagine? I wonder how much money he pays Perry Chan to copy paste his thumbnail.
Deadpool
over
and Wolverine review. Proof Hollywood is stupid. Well, Hollywood did get the movie made.
And made it right. It was a great Deadpool movie.
Dave, let me ask you a question straight up, though. And I know what my answer is. If you could make a living doing this, would you do it? I would.
No, dude. I could not wake up every day and just repeat the same shit over and over for the sake of what? What is he doing? Is he helping anybody? He's actually
mortgage.
Well, Julio, I think I'm gonna like play devil's advocate for a second here. I think I could have, but once you reach the point to where you're a multimillionaire and you haven't seen one video where he's like, you know what, we do put out a lot of negative stuff. I want to do a video where I talk about something I love. The only time he does that is when Lord of the Rings has a fucking anniversary.
Or he had that alternate show with Krigler and
it's
Black.
Fucking terrible. Have you watched it?
Yes.
I think the
and
issue
Krigler is fucking terrible.
Don't think he's genuine. Like if I could,
you're right,
make a channel and be honest. Like I don't like this. I like this. But no, you don't make money off positive shit.
Nope.
You make money off of this.
Yep.
All right, I'll give you a prime example. Last night on mine and Katie's show, I did not enjoy the anime that we reviewed.
Oh,
I gave it a 5 out of 10.
Right.
It's a perfectly average anime, and I said that, you know, it just never hooked me. I felt like I was missing stuff. And Andrew, the other guy on the panel, he loved it. He thought it was great. But that was me being genuine and honest, not trying to like head pat everybody who said, hey, y'all should watch this. You know, and when something's good, I'm going to say something's good.
I think you're right, Cynic, because the like FNT, it's everybody yes-anding everybody nonstop.
Yeah.
And at some point you have to go, well, one of these people has to disagree.
And they never do. And when they do, they get shouted down.
Yeah, like me and you, Dave, disagree on all kinds of shit. And I don't
even call it disagreeing.
Anything Dave does, I disagree with. So just on principle.
Well, I blame Jim. Program.
No, Jim, I trust. I told him that as much on Twitter.
Oh wow, you guys are that close, huh?
Don't you worry about what me and Jim talk about.
You're the one who brought it up, not me. You brought it up. Let's see. Davis. My mod Crazy Cat left because Ethan just started his stream. So,
did he?
Yeah, that's fine.
Traitor.
He ain't talking about fucking the government selling drugs to America.
No, he's talking about eBay. Oh, I have a covered D coming up on I just got back from the Phillies game.
I don't want to be an asshole, but that's the reason why I started watching Frog Tony's show, because it turned into the eBay show.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, man, like I appreciate it. I've done bought everything that I felt like I needed or I wanted. And I love your show, but I've got to bail. I can't. And then I started watching BTM because, you know, Tony does the same thing with the Rupiverse. You know what I mean? And even his Gabbing with Geek show, where he's supposed to be doing his, like, this is the things we love. It's just reading news articles about nerd stuff that's coming out.
Dude, Cynic, that's the worst. I can't stand when they're like, "Oh, let's go to Variety magazine and read an article." It's
I can get the quartering to do that for me. I don't need.
To me, we understand for him. We completely understand. But I also get real tired of it. Like
no, they're front loading, Dave. When they call themselves scripters, they're front loading. They're doing it.
They're deflecting.
Exactly.
To humble themselves to their super chatters.
Yeah. Like when I say I'm retarded.
Yeah.
You know?
When I say I'm stupid. I'm not dumb.
Yeah.
So we just
I'm kind of retarded.
Simply Green. Well, I'm not. Simply Green. You guys know American Dad?
Yeah.
All right. Do you know American Dad, Julio?
Yeah.
Better than Family Guy any day of the week, I say.
So I agree. I'm going to get struck for this, but I'm going to play it because I love this.
Who's Oliver North?
What? I can't believe you kids don't.
This is a great episode.
Don't know about the great patriot Ollie North.
Jim, you know about the Patriot Elliott North? He must be fixing a broken window or something.
He probably floated off.
In the 80s.
There was Cold War drama. We fought some inside Nicaragua.
Nicaragua.
We fought the commies in Nicaragua. This is what we were just talking about, right, Jim?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. It's great.
Our friends were the Contras. Freedom was their mantra, so we sent them lots of money for guns.
This is like Schoolhouse Rock. Dave.
Yeah, I know. It's the best. Like, did we actually give them the money or we just give them the guns, Jim? I mean, how did that transaction happen? Like,
It was a big thing where we had to get the money, and then we had to get some bankers in the Middle East to actually make the transaction with the Iranians because it's very sketch and very like, how did this even happen? That some bankers were doing business with the Iranians to get the weapons for the Contras.
It's so weird, ain't it, Jim?
Yeah, it is weird.
It's funny. We were just talking about Gary and them and why they do what they do, and it's always follow the money.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Always. And that's your answer.
And it always ends with some guy wearing a very tiny hat. It's the weirdest thing ever.
Dead people. There's always a lot of bodies in the fucking path of what's happening.
Yeah.
And landmines. But Congress stopped the Contra money flow just because they moved a teeny bit of blow.
I wish they would do this for me in school, Jim.
But then a hero came forth. His name was Oliver North. He and Reagan went around the sissy Congress.
Oh, shit.
Holy North, Holy North. You see, North secretly sold missiles to a harmless country called Iran that would always be a grateful ally. Then he gave the profit.
A grateful ally.
Yeah, Iran, grateful ally.
Will always be a grateful ally.
Always, Dave.
Yep.
What do you?
You can say what you want about Seth Rogen, or not Rogen, but Seth
MacFarlane.
MacFarlane. That motherfucker.
I'll say it, he's a genius.
He's got a lot up in that brain going on,
American
dude.
Dad's great.
Well,
Family
he
Guy.
knows everything because he's also a banker.
Yes, he's an entertaining bank. You're right, cynic. I just fell into my own trap. Double wide motherfucker.
Look, man, I watch, but every hour there's 15 minutes of fucking QVC shit going on, and I just can't take it anymore. It's just like, man, I bought it all. I
just found some shit in my basement. It's on eBay.
No, he just says, I'm gonna make a new cover and it's gonna have 500 or whatever.
Before he started doing the new cover stuff, that's what he was doing though. When he first started the eBay QVC show, he would go, so it was in the warehouse and I found several crates of warts and all. And for the next 24 hours, I'm gonna sell them for, I don't know, they normally go for 200. I'm gonna sell them for 185.
It's like fucking Don West selling baseball cards.
Yeah. I mean, I bought a bunch of stuff from him doing that, and I'm glad I did.
Of course,
but...
me too. Look, man, there's no better salesperson for their own product than Ethan on eBay.
EBS is
or on YouTube.
He's a Joel
Osteen. A quadrillionaire if I had him in my real estate office. I'm telling you, bro, he would sell left and right.
You know how much equipment I sold last year, Julio?
Upper,
I sold $3.5 million worth of equipment last year.
Oh, you wouldn't even got out of our commission split with that low number.
Well, the average price of my equipment is $7,000.
Average price of my stuff's $300,000.
Right. So I sold $3.5 million worth of $7,000 equipment.
That's really good, Dave.
Oh, I
That's
fucking
really
know
good.
it's really good. I'm the #1 salesman in the United States for our brand.
Well, out
My
of 4
dumbass.
people, I mean, I get it.
There's 5 distributorships, and I'm #1 of all the
Yeah.
salespeople.
Normally, when I hit my commission
You know
split,
why? Because I get up every day and go do my fucking job.
yeah,
It's
I
just
tread water once I hit my commission split. And I'm like, I'm done. I'm
no
gonna
way.
tread water now.
No.
Wow. Dude,
Now, once you hit the split, you want the extra.
12% of is a pretty good amount of money when you have a commission split. Let's see, the first one is 1 million, and then I only have to pay 10% of my commission, and then at 3 million I pay 0. So
I don't know.
Dave, do you work this is personal, you don't have to answer. Do you work commission or is it like salary commission?
I have a base of nothing. It's not anything to live on. So it's mainly commission. And he doesn't pay for food when I travel.
That's what you said. That's fucked up.
Yeah, that's fucked. He don't give you per diem, like even
No.
$10 a day.
Well, I got to pay for his Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity on his own. That's not right.
Son of a bitch.
I got to pay for my meals. He does pay for gas and hotels, but nothing else. I've never in 15 years taken a customer to lunch.
And
know
you
what, you're
still sold that much. Damn.
Do you know where you're successful, Dave? This is my opinion.
He's handsome.
You've never, of course, handsome Jack. You've never been divorced, right, Dave?
Mm-mm.
There you go. That's a money sink, brother.
I've been divorced. You know what I did?
Mm.
I straight up told her, I will change my name to your last name and I'll never sign the papers unless you give me what I want. I swear to God. She said, sign the papers. I want this, this, and this. And I said, look here, honey, I will go right now and change my last name. Never until you agree to what's yours is yours, what's mine is mine, and that's it.
No.
1 month later, worked out.
You know another thing though, Julio? When I go see a customer, I talk to him like I do here, like a real person.
Yeah,
genuine.
And I
That's what we were talking about earlier.
I never try to oversell anybody.
Yeah.
I don't say, well, don't you think, maybe you guys should go to this model because, it's future proof. No, buy what you can afford.
Yeah.
I'm a guy that doesn't care about the first sale to the guy. It's the second, third, fourth, and fifth sale that are more important to me.
Yeah.
Because that means they've got my trust. I've supported them through their whole life of having that product. So like today at 3:30, I get a call from one of my customers. He says, hey man, I need 3 of these. I'm going to get a PO for you tomorrow. I'm like, okay, well, that's a $40,000 sale, but he's been buying from me for 10 years. So, okay, no problem.
It's almost like he's not buying from your company. He's buying from you.
Yeah. I mean, when you're in sales,
my boss is like my boss tells me it's your company in your area. They know you. Treat it like it's yours.
Yeah.
Okay. No problem.
Yeah, I always do that. So like, especially first time home buyers. So a lot of people are getting approved for crazy amounts, right? A lot of people are getting approved for like $500,000.
Are we back to that bullshit?
Yes, no, we are. So but here's the
out of
problem.
control, stimulated.
Oh, we'll have a conversation about all that one day. On one Conspiracy Thursday, and I'll go over all the real estate stuff. But what happens is, especially younger people, they're going to go, shit, I'm available for $500,000. I can go get this house. Well, that's your max availability. That doesn't calculate in what you got to pay for power, your other bills, so cars, groceries, kids,
taxes,
vet bills,
insurance.
taxes, any of that, right? Well, I give them a breakdown of their, I give them a full sheet of estimated taxes and insurances and all that, right? Whenever I get whatever approval they get back from my loan officers. But I always have to explain to these people, you don't want to be house poor. And 98% of the real estate agents I know never have that conversation. And what happens is this young couple goes and buys a $500,000 house, and they either can't afford to do anything, no vacations, they're having to put shit on credit cards, or they get foreclosed on. And who do they blame? The real estate agent. You showed me this house. You pushed this house on me. And so I always try to find a happy medium and explain to them, like, let's not make you house poor. And man, now they recommend you to their aunts, their uncles, their brothers, their sisters. And then you've got a card on their refrigerator. And I follow up with them every 3 months. Hey, yes, Patrick, I know you're probably not wanting to sell anything right now, but I just wanted to touch base with you, let you know I've got this, and this if you'd like. Short, sweet, simple. And then when their kids get ready to buy a house, and I've had it happen once. I'm only 38, but I've already had it happen once where I sold it to a house to a couple, and then their kid got old enough, got out of college, and wanted to buy a home, and they called me because I'm selling me and the way I see things, not just a home. But
it's be genuine in your life.
Yeah, like when I say Dave is old and gay, like I'm genuine. I mean that genuinely,
Yeah.
That's the way things are, man. But no, sales is pretty simple. I just actually had a guy the other day because I had to do these 2-year classes, continuing education. And this guy came in and was like, you're going to be told as a sales rep, in sales, to not treat your customer like your best friend, or to treat your customers like your best friend. And I'm here to tell you not to do that. And I'm like, that's terrible advice.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to screw my best friend over. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to tell my best friend exactly, hey, man, this is what's good for you. This is what I would do.
To Dave's point earlier, you got to wake up in the morning. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And look yourself in the mirror. Did I fuck somebody over, or did I,
Not only that, like I sell in the communities that I'm from, right? Like I'm originally from Birmingham. 20 minutes outside of Birmingham. And so I know these people. If I do some bullshit and sell them a shitty home or sell them an overpriced home, I've got to run into these people at Walmart. I got to run into these people at the local trailer park cookout.
Yeah, you don't want to be the guy that sold them a shitty home and it gets
I
around.
don't want to sell them a double wide when they can only afford a single wide, Julio. I also don't want to sell.
my son was thinking about buying a house. He's only been out of college for a year, but he's top secret clearance, makes a good amount of money. He's like, I think I might buy a house. I said, it's not like you said, it's not just what you owe on the mortgage. If something breaks,
it's on you.
Comes up, it's like a whole, it's not just what they charge you per month for the mortgage. Taxes.
Yeah, you got PMIs, you got your taxes,
your gutters out.
You got your homeowner's insurance. You've got all that stuff.
That's why I'm glad I don't own a home anymore. I just live in an apartment. It's easy. If something breaks, I call the guy and they come.
Well, if I was your son and he can afford it, I would buy a starter home. The reason being, and this is what I tell everybody, you can make another house, but you can't make more land. And so that property, they'll never make more land, ever. They can't do it.
Even if he's single, you think makes sense for a single young man, like 24-year-old?
Here's the problem. What do you, if you don't mind me asking, what are you paying for rent right now?
$1,900.
$1,900. I guarantee you I can get somebody, if they can put 20% down, a $250,000 home, I can get them in. A $300,000 home, actually. I just done it the other day. I can get them in that home. I might be able to get them. I'll get them in there for less than what you're paying for rent.
Well, I'm in the D.C. area, though. I think I don't know.
I'm talking, the county that I live in is one of the richest counties in my entire state. You're talking about $1 million homes, right? I guarantee you I can get them in there for cheaper than what you're paying in rent.
So in my son's situation, you would suggest, even though he's not married or whatever, go ahead and...
Especially because he's not married. Because now he's building equity. You know what I mean? And he can always, when he gets it, if you get into a bind, you can't downsize your apartment. You know what I mean? Or your rental house.
No, I can't. It's true.
But you can always downsize your home and get the equity out of it.
See, I bought 2 houses, but I only did it because my wife wanted a house. I'm like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, Ron W's right. Yeah,
What's-
the other thing I would recommend is like somebody like you, Julio. Like
Mm-hmm.
you're older, you're established. We're closer in age than I probably am to your son. If I was you, man, I'd go find me some land somewhere and get me a tiny house.
I'm about to, because my ex-wife's going to make it so I can't afford my rent. So I'm going to be living in a lean-to.
You can go get a tiny house, turnkey, everything you want, 65 grand.
All right.
And I guarantee you it's as much square footage as your apartment is. And you could probably find land up there. I can't give you a good quote on land prices up there, but if you went outside of DC and commuted in, you could probably find. You're muted, Dave. You've been muted.
He works from home.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, all right, well, now you don't have to worry about commuting. You can find land as cheap as you want to, as long as you can get fiber internet. That's the only thing you need. And now guess what? You've got land, you've got a tiny house, and if you want to build something, build something. If you say, fuck it, I want to sell this property, you can move that tiny house wherever you want. And I mean, that's what I'm doing when I move back to Birmingham. My family's got a farm, and I'm going to put a $65,000 or to $100,000 tiny home up there. And I'm going to do real estate where I live in the Gulf Coast, and then come up here whenever I fucking feel like it.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Sam. I wish I knew this shit when I was, you know what I mean?
You got me on Twitter, bro. Any advice you need when it comes to real estate, hit me up. I'll give you the long and skinny of it anytime, man.
I really appreciate that. Really do. Thank you.
Yeah.
Jim, what do we got now, bud?
Jim disappeared on us.
This is the Venona project.
Oh.
Yeah, this is the one I wanted to see.
Yeah, me too.
Imagine this. It's 1943. The world is engulfed in war.
Thrills from the battlefront brought before your eyes. Thrills experienced by our fighting men in the air, on land, and on the sea.
Amidst the chaos, while battles raged on the front lines, a different kind of war was being fought behind closed doors. A silent war of secrets. At the heart of this war was the U.S. Army Signal Intelligence Service, or SIS for short.
Even before World War II ended, the United States identified a need to look into the messages of its ally, soon-to-be enemy, the Soviet Union.
What if I told you that some of the most crucial secrets of the Cold War were hidden in plain sight, locked within a web of coded messages?
One of the greatest peacetime spy dramas in the nation's history reaches its climax as Julius Rosenberg and Morton Sobel, convicted of revealing atomic secrets to the Russians, enter the federal building in New York to hear their doom.
Takes on his multi-armed form and says, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." I suppose we all thought that one way or another.
Today we're diving into one of the most secretive and impactful
I said that same
intelligence
thing when I lost my
operations of the
virginity.
20th century.
And a program called Venona was established, uncovering massive espionage against the U.S.
An operation that exposed an extensive network of Soviet spies right in the heart of America, forever changing the course of history. Their mission? To intercept and decode encrypted messages sent by Soviet operatives. These weren't just any messages. They were the lifeblood of Soviet espionage, containing vital information that could shift the balance of power in the Cold War.
By 1946, U.S. Army cryptanalysts and linguists had read more than 2,000 Soviet messages.
The Venona project, as it came to be known, was born in utmost secrecy. Even within the U.S. government, only a select few knew of its existence. The SIS codebreakers embarked on a daunting task, decoding thousands of messages sent using the Soviet Union's most sophisticated encryption methods.
Uniting this widely scattered body into a vital, alert force which can act with immediacy is a communications network so strong that it knows no impediments of time and distance.
But this wasn't a game of instant gratification. It was a grueling process that demanded patience, ingenuity, and sheer willpower. These codebreakers weren't just dealing with any cipher. They faced complex codes that could take months, if not years, to crack.
And
Yet,
we were so
despite the
smart back
overwhelming
then,
odds, they
and
pressed
now
on,
we can't
driven
even get
by
our
the
elections
knowledge
done
that
in one
every
day.
breakthrough could uncover a Soviet spy on American soil.
But the U.S. had seriously downsized its cryptologic operations at the end of World War II, and the remaining...
Go ahead, Stimulated. What were we going to say?
I just said doxed. That was it. Because he
Oh.
said must be in Hoover. That's that's a town right outside of Birmingham.
Yeah. So what is the purpose of this video, Jim? Just how good our agents were at breaking the cipher?
I don't know. I didn't watch this video.
Okay, let's go.
I think it's just about some secret program, and it's going to probably be how this program was spying on a bunch of Americans, I would imagine.
Oh, by the time we get to the end? Okay.
Yeah, like, because how did they find these spies? Well, they were spying on us.
Mm.
Presumably, right?
Resources were focused on the Soviet Union.
As the war ended and the Cold War began, the Venona project found new life under the newly formed National Security Agency, or NSA. With more resources and advanced technology at their disposal, the NSA's codebreakers made several groundbreaking discoveries. One such discovery was a Soviet codebook, an intelligence jackpot that provided a roadmap to decoding numerous encrypted messages.
Venona also brought to light more than 200 Soviet code names for American intelligence assets.
What these decrypted messages revealed was nothing short of shocking. A sprawling network of Soviet spies embedded within the United States, reaching into the highest levels of government. Among those exposed were Julius and Ethel Rosenberg, who passed atomic secrets to the Soviet Union. Their actions, revealed through the Venona project, sent shockwaves across America, culminating in one of the most controversial espionage trials in U.S. history.
Julius Rosenberg has a small machine shop in the Bronx. He's arrested in July 1950. His wife Ethel, David Greenglass's sister, a month later.
But the Rosenbergs were just the tip of the iceberg.
Same project had put them on the road to Klaus Fuchs, the British physicist who was part of the Manhattan Project in the United States to build the atomic bomb.
The Venona project also uncovered the treachery of Klaus Fuchs, a physicist whose betrayal fast-tracked the Soviet Union's development of nuclear weapons.
Fuchs was considered brilliant. I mean, he was considered to have a virtually photographic memory, a brilliant theoretical and mathematical physicist, and they didn't have any clue that he was actually giving everything that he looked at to the Soviet Union.
Fuchs, who had worked on the Manhattan Project, the secretive U.S. initiative to develop the atomic bomb, passed critical information to Soviet agents, enabling them to accelerate their own atomic program. His espionage contributed significantly to the Soviet Union's first successful nuclear test in 1949. And then there was Alger Hiss, a name that would become synonymous with espionage and treachery.
Alger Hiss's political career came to an end in 1950 when he was convicted of perjury. The man who was mainly responsible for his conviction, the hitherto little-known Richard Nixon, is now President of the United States.
Hiss was a high-ranking State Department official, a man who rubbed shoulders with the most...
He called him a hitherto, the little-known hitherto.
Mean.
What the fuck? Wow.
Is that like two-story lean-to?
What the hell? Like this insignificant bug got this, like, the Rosenberg thing, Jim, they executed those two, right? Like they firing squad or something?
Yeah, but the truth of the matter is there was a bunch of communists in the government there was a bunch of communists that were part of FDR's administration and carried over into Truman's administration, and they didn't start getting rid of them until Eisenhower came in and was like, hey, we got to get rid of these commies.
Right.
Didn't the Venona project go until like the 70s or 80s though? Like,
I think it's still going on.
Probably still going on, dude.
Probably just got changed into some other name.
Yeah, Antifa.
Oh, damn, I just spit water everywhere, you bastard.
Sorry, Jim.
What are you sorry for?
Making you pause again.
Powerful figures in Washington. But behind his respectable facade, Hiss was feeding secrets to the Soviet Union.
Prominent Americans with whom he worked, including Senators Vandenberg and Connolly, and former State Secretaries Hull, Stettinius, and Burns.
Ask them if they ever found in me anything except the highest adherence to duty and honor. Then the committee can judge and the public can judge.
Hiss's downfall began when Whittaker Chambers, a former Soviet spy turned informant, accused him of being a Soviet agent.
Chambers, who has already sworn that he pleaded with Hiss to join him in leaving the party, is recalled in the middle of the dramatic 9-hour session. Asked why he singled out Hiss, he replies,
"The story is spread in testifying against Mr. Hiss. I'm working out some old grudge for motives of revenge."
You don't look
Chambers
trustworthy,
provided
dude.
detailed testimony, but it wasn't until the Venona project confirmed the authenticity of the allegations that the full extent of Hiss's betrayal was revealed. The Venona decrypts linked Hiss to a Soviet spy codenamed Ailes, implicating him in a web of espionage that reached the highest level of American diplomacy. The trial of Alger Hiss became one of the most sensational legal battles of the 20th century, dividing the nation and casting a long shadow over U.S. politics. Hiss maintained his innocence to the very end, but the evidence against him, much of it supported by the Venona project, was damning.
I don't like
Were you ever a communist spy, Mr. Hiss?
No, I was not. Neither a communist nor a spy, nor both together.
In 1950, Hiss was convicted of perjury, not for espionage directly, but for lying under oath about his connections to the Communist Party and Soviet intelligence. These revelations forced the U.S. government to confront a chilling reality. Soviet infiltration wasn't just a fear, it was a fact. President Truman and his administration, initially skeptical of the extent of Soviet espionage, had to reevaluate their stance as undeniable evidence poured in from the Venona project.
If the United States had to try to stand alone against a Soviet-dominated world, it would destroy the life we know and the ideals we hold dear.
But perhaps one of the most complex and debated figures connected to the Venona revelations was J. Robert Oppenheimer, the father of the atomic bomb. While Oppenheimer himself was never conclusively proven to have engaged in espionage, the Venona decrypts revealed.
All right, so this guy is a government fucking agent because they smeared fucking Oppenheimer to get rid of him. And the shit they did to Oppenheimer is fucking atrocious.
Completely
He's
atrocious.
basically just saying, "Oh yeah, they never proved anything, but so yeah."
Why'd
he
you
knew
bring it up?
people.
Yeah.
Because he's a government plant.
These are not pro-America videos whatsoever, dude.
And he's supposed to be like ex-military, super right-wing guy from everything. I don't know, Hunley. Maybe he gave Nick Rekieta the cocaine.
Maybe his Operation Rekieta was to get Ricker to Nick.
Operation Snow Nose.
Operation Baldo.
Oh, damn it. That's a better one.
Gotcha.
Revealed the presence of Soviet spies within the Manhattan Project, some of whom had connections to Oppenheimer's inner circle.
Guess what? Yeah, Oppenheimer was connected to scientists. They were all fucking scientists. What the fuck, man? And the fucking universities were all infiltrating with the fucking communists. They still are today. Jesus fucking Christ.
And they were all imported from fucking Europe, most of these scientists, dude. A lot of them. What the fuck are you talking about?
What's amazing?
90% of them.
We think we won the Cold War, and we didn't.
No, we didn't. We lost.
It's true. True.
They've taken over everything.
From within.
Science has profoundly altered the conditions of man's life, both materially and in ways of the spirit as well.
It's like a Sith.
It has extended the range of questions in which man has a choice.
Oppenheimer was a man of immense intellect and deep convictions, but his past associations with communist sympathizers and his opposition to the hydrogen bomb made him a target of suspicion.
Looking back now, do you think that our country's use of the bomb was necessary?
The Venona project didn't directly implicate Oppenheimer, but it cast a long shadow over his legacy, contributing to the revocation of a security clearance in 1954.
The view that they had, that we would have to fight our way to the main islands, and that it would involve a slaughter of Americans and Japanese on a massive scale, was arrived at by them. To that alternative, I think the bomb was an enormous relief.
His story remains a poignant reminder of the paranoia and the very real threats that defined the Cold War era. Soviet agents had their hands in everything from military operations to scientific research, compromising sensitive information that hindered American technological advancement for years. The Venona messages documented how Soviet spies targeted key industries like aerospace and nuclear research, siphoning off secrets that were vital to U.S. interests.
So obviously this decoding project must have been extremely important.
But here's the thing. The Venona project only scratched the surface. Thousands of messages were decoded, yet many more remained out of reach, their secrets still locked away. This left the U.S. intelligence community with an unsettling thought. How much more was out there, undiscovered and potentially catastrophic?
Told me, yes, there had been a Venona project and it dealt with Soviet espionage in World War II. Yes, it produced a lot of valuable material, and no, you'll never look at it, and neither will anyone else.
So we had a project to spy on the Soviets during World War II, and they were our allies?
Dude, I'm telling you, man. This is just this is just U.S. propaganda bullshit to fucking go after people that they just wanted gone.
Yeah.
Well, but weren't we the allies to the Soviets out of necessity? I mean, they were communists.
Well,
I mean,
why were we allies with them then? I mean, they invaded Poland at the same time Germany did, so why did they get a pass? Maybe because FDR had communist administration that was telling them how the Soviets are good
whispering
people.
in his ear.
Whispering and
He
telling
also
him
had a bunch of bankers.
They had all the bankers. They had the guy from that, what was it, Walter Winchell from the New York Times that was saying how it's so great over there and everything's all awesome and
beautiful and amazing. And there was never any Holodomors or any sort of group
that was all
roundups.
lie.
And
that was Nazi propaganda.
Yeah.
Would the Germans have been defeated if we didn't ally with the Soviets?
No, they wouldn't have. Nope.
No, the Soviets would have lost because we were the ones that actually supplied them with enough arms to fight back until they could get their production up and running.
Not only that, even though Germany got bogged down in the winter like a bunch of big dum-dums and their supply lines were all messed up, they ended up having to fight the war on two fronts, which really spread them too thin to do the blitzkrieg attacks like they needed to.
So what should we have done?
We should have stayed the fuck out of
We
it.
fucking got out of Germany.
All right, I agree with that. Well,
I mean, if we're
we should have fought Japan and not Germany. That's my opinion. If you wanted to fight someone in World War II, Germany didn't bomb us.
Yeah, it wasn't our war until Japan brought us in, and we could have took care of them in a week.
Well, and there you go. I mean, why did FDR let Japan bomb us? They knew it was coming.
There you go. I always forget about that, Jim, but you're exactly right. They knew it for weeks, I believe.
Yeah, they read the cables that said they knew they only had a certain amount of oil. They were going to have to do something. And, why did we put an oil embargo on Japan?
To help who? Who are we helping by doing that?
I don't know.
Europe. We were after World War I. We were a isolated country at that point. We did not.
No, we technically had an unofficial empire throughout the Pacific. We had the Philippines, Guam.
We tried to be isolationists after World War I and not get involved in those.
Yeah,
conflicts. That's what they sold us, right?
Yes.
Well, we were isolationists before. We weren't supposed to get involved in World War I either, but somebody had to do something because of all the shit they were doing with the Federal Reserve and income tax, and they needed all this stuff to do. So they had plans. that Jekyll Island that they came up with for getting us into World War I. So whatever.
You almost
That's
wonder.
not what Eric Hunley told me.
We have two giant oceans on either side of our country. You almost wonder why we even get involved in this shit.
I know we should be getting involved in the communist country to our north and hellhole to our south.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. Didn't Trump say he was going to start a war against the cartel? Didn't he say that?
He just said, "Why can't we just bomb them?"
Bomb them?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's what he said.
Well, that's a reasonable
People got all
question.
freaked out, and I said, "Well, why can't we?"
I agree.
You know, they're killing 100,000 Americans a year, so kind of that seems like a war.
Yeah.
Because signals intelligence is simply too sensitive to be made public.
It wasn't until 1995, more than 50 years after the project began, that the U.S. government officially revealed the existence of Venona. The disclosure stunned the public and historians alike, offering a rare glimpse into the shadowy world of Cold War espionage. It reshaped our understanding of U.S.-Soviet relations and highlighted the hidden battles that define the era. The Venona project stands as one of the most significant intelligence operations in history, revealing the true extent of Soviet espionage in America. Its findings not only changed the course of the Cold War, but also left us with a deeper appreciation for the silent warriors who worked tirelessly to protect national security. Did you know that?
Wow, that sure seems like he's in favor of them spying on everyone.
Yeah.
They're tireless warriors.
Yeah. Sure.
Well, I don't know, man. Starting to question this guy.
Yep.
I've always felt like there was something slightly off with Eric, but I enjoyed him because of Mark Grobert. So I kind of, I quit watching his solo shows. So
I think sometimes when people tune into you, you start to believe your own words. I don't know if that makes sense. But...
Yeah, it makes sense. You start seeing yourself as sort of like a demigod or something.
Yeah.
And he had a huge channel before America's Untold Stories and the is it the Eric Hunley channel now? But he had a pretty big channel that he lost for some reason before all this.
Just because people listen to you doesn't mean you're right. You know?
Everybody listens to me when I come on streams, and then they all call me an Alabama retard. So
Dave, can I share something? I'm going to get Jim's opinion on something. I've been holding this for a couple of weeks.
Sure.
All right. Give me a second. I want to see if this is an appropriate way for a judge to act in court.
Probably not.
I'll just go on the record, no.
Did you guys see the way that Rekieta's judge signed his fucking paperwork, SJW?
Nuh-uh. Is that what he did?
That's his initials. Yeah.
Really? That's fucking kind of baller.
Yes, this judge is awesome.
You see him? I love this.
It's trespassing. I could technically leave and you guys could issue a warrant as long as I don't return. You guys kiss my ass. This is
you know what? No. I'm gonna tell you what. You don't come in here. You don't. Fuck you. Okay. That's contempt. That's 93. Keep going. Fuck you. That's another 93. That's another 93. That's another 93. That's another 93. That's 6 93s consecutive.
So what was that pertaining to?
I say fuck that judge.
Fuck that.
I agree.
Well,
yeah, I say fuck him.
Yeah.
Well, rules of the court, you can't,
Fuck the rules of the court.
Okay. Well,
I mean, why is it contempt?
Because he hurt that judge's
He
feelings.
told the judge, fuck you. That's contempt of court.
Yeah. But he hurt that judge's fee, and he got all mad and said, well, that's a 93. That's a 93. That's what I don't like, bro. You're not the arbiter.
Well, actually,
of
he
the
is. That's the
world.
judge. In the courtroom,
Yeah.
he is the arbiter. That's the way that the system works. And
I
you might
get
not
it.
like the
I don't
system,
like
but
it.
that's just the way the system works.
I agree with that.
He could have just gave him 93 days.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Okay.
just let him. He didn't have to keep piling it on.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not a judge. If I was
Jim,
a
are
judge,
you
there'd be
a-
a lot of people fucking sentenced to wood chipper therapy.
Jim, are you a court bootlicker? I thought you were
No, I'm
like.
not. I am not. I'm a constitutional bootlicker.
Okay, I got you. I don't disagree with you there. Okay.
All right. This I just thought because it's woo-woo Thursday and everything. Elon starts EVS was talking about Neanderthals. So
Wow.
What?
Cool.
yeah.
Okay.
Did Neanderthal walk the earth? Walk the earth. 3,000 years ago was biblical times. Oh yeah, okay. So way before that, like way before that. This is like Zach's basically saying this is Jeremy Griggs. This actually looks like a lot of people that I run into. Who are the Neanderthals? You know, in a way, if you look at this guy, you can see like he grows facial hair kind of like Jeremy does. He does kind of look like Jeremy. Holy shit.
What's the hate on Jeremy all of a sudden? Something happened.
Yes, I accept all the cookies.
I don't know.
Does he look like Jeremy Griggs? A little bit. A little bit. Jersey folk bathe in cologne, says John Porton. Do you drive an IROC Z? No, I would though. See, Katie did's with me. She's not over with the Jack show. She's with me.
Katie did cheat on us.
Katie did.
People think that people keep thinking I'm their dad. Also, Ethan, you are like my daughter, a kid. No, I said I wish she was. Listen, I got people wanting to be my child and fantasizing about me being their father, like more than I can deal with. I might as well just accept a few of them, adopt a couple of them. Troglodytes would be fictional creatures. That's propaganda, Uncle E. 200,000 BC. So that is when the Neanderthals walked the earth. Look at that. Oh my God. You know who this looks like? This looks like Sturgis. Sturgis lifted up his shirt one time and he showed his pink nipples. He looked like this. His body looked like this, but his nipples were like bubblegum pink. It was the most disturbing thing I've ever seen. Men's nipples, if we have to have them, and I don't think that we do. I do not like the fact that men have nipples. It should be just flat there. There should be no nipples. But if we do have them, they should be brown. They should be very small. They shouldn't be noticeable. If they could be close to our skin tone, that would be fine. Sturgis's nipples are the color of the Barbie t-shirt that I bought at Target the other day. Where's my Barbie t-shirt? Sturgis's nipples are that color. It's deeply, deeply upsetting. And he does kind of look like this. Bizarre. Pink nipples, not a plus for a male. I agree. When it is that Neanderthal did business on the earth, says based retard. 200,000 years ago, I think. Hold on, let me take a look here. I can just look at Grok or AI. Neanderthals lived on the earth roughly between 400,000 and 40,000 years ago. The earliest known Neanderthal fossils date back to around 430,000 years. And they're considered to have gone extinct about 40,000 years ago. Well, a couple of them are still sticking around and making YouTube videos about me. And I wish they'd stop it. Actually, I like it. It's okay. You're allowed to. Hold on. Let me see. All of these look like Sturgis to me. I'm just making sure there's no nudity. Yeah, I mean, all of them kind of look like Sturgis. Huh. How did we get off on this? Oh, yeah, troglodytes. Okay, sorry about that. I lost my train of thought. All right, so here is, holy shit, it's Sturgis. Yeah, I said that, Moon Man. The guys, Neanderthals look like, or Sturgis looks like a Neanderthal. How many human beings alive today have Neanderthal DNA? How many, what percentage of human beings have I always thought it was Neanderthal. It's Neanderthal DNA. Okay. According to current scientific understanding, most people outside of Africa have a small percentage of why outside of Africa of Neanderthal DNA, typically ranging from 1% to 4% of their genome. with the highest concentration seen in individuals of European and Asian ancestry. People of African descent generally have very little to no Neanderthal DNA due to geographic separation. I would say that like at least 45% of Sturgis's genome is Neanderthal.
Well, here's a question. If they say we all came out of Africa, why would there be no Neanderthal DNA? Where did they come from?
I'm not allowed to say the word on Twitter. I mean, on YouTube.
You know what I'm saying? Because I think that's why I think the whole thing about everybody came from Africa is a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, I agree.
I think
Well,
there
the
was
oldest-
some mixing and going back and forth in the area that we commonly refer to as the Middle East.
He's getting really close. For sure.
Hey Dave, how's the
At least 45%.
bourbon that your son's girlfriend got you? Good.
The scotch, it was good. Yeah, it's good. Very good.
What do they look like? Neanderthals are known to contribute to up to 1 to 4% of the genomes of non-African modern humans, depending on what region of the world your ancestors come from. This is a Smithsonian article. What region of the world? And modern humans who lived about 40,000 years ago have been found to have up to 6 to 9% Neanderthal DNA. Does Sturgis have Neanderthal DNA?
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think it's like 45%. I think one of his parents must be like, there's no possible way. Hold on a second here. I'm 0. This guy makes all these videos where peanut butter is on my dick. What is this? Hold on a second.
Well, from that other video, we just learned that peanut butter is code for trying to kill someone. So
Yeah,
Sturgis is trying to kill him.
It's a murder.
Oh yeah, Jesus. There's another little mystery.
Horseman breaks 500K. EVS will continue to do trash cast. Reveals pit omnibus will not be. Is this video long? Will not be done. Now you can't tell me. Hold on a second here. What is he even talking about?
You see this, Julio? See this nonsense I got to put up with?
Tell me that is not.
Jesus.
Right.
If you saw Sturgis, you know, I think honestly, Sturgis became interested in Ripaverse when he heard Eric July describe Yaira as mammoth. And I think he went, oh, I think he like grunted and he got interested. Oh, mammoth. Because I mean, you can't look at that. And like there's no possible way that he is not the dawn of early man. There's just no way. Yeah, he like issued a primal grunt. Eric July said that Yaira is mammoth. And he went,
or he's a lazy fuck who has no pride in his appearance, Julio.
What kind of dark rituals?
I think he thinks he looks good, Dave.
Yeah.
I think somebody told him one time. They said,
"Primitive man,
man, that's a nice beard,
spooky
brother."
Rituals,
Yeah,
arcane
himself
rituals.
looking in the fucking mirror.
What gods
Yeah.
does Sturgis worship?
Wasn't
He's
any
Oh,
Eric
he's
July.
trying to copy Eric July.
I wonder. Do we know?
With the beard.
God
That's so
awful, dude.
stupid. Should I watch some Sturgis? Horseman breaks 500K. He is a little person, so like the Dami Mommy. Wait, so he likes the Dami Mommy. Dark rituals. Sturgis, I'm positive, paints his body in his own shit. I am positive he has done that. And I would put money on that.
So people
I
are
would bet all
paying.
of Vito's earnings on Super Killer. I would gamble it all. And I'd probably do well for him. Vito, I would do well for you. I'd be a better gambler than you. I would bet all of your earnings on Super Killer that Vito has painted his body, painted symbols. You know, like fertility symbols and shit like that on his body with his own feces. Do it. Do it, says Marty.
going off the
Where do
rails,
how do I
man.
bet that? ESPNbet.com. What's the over under on Sturgis also using blood and semen? Do you think Sturgis' bedroom? Because we only see this one little corner. Sturgis, I challenge you, if you're watching, and I know that you are. Sturgis, next time you're doing a video, I want you to. No, I order you to, and you will obey me. You will obey me. You got peanut butter on my dick. Come lick it. Come lick it, Skippy. I need you to pull back with your camera on your room, and I want to see if you have drawn antelopes, woolly rhinos, and other mammoths on your wall with your own jizz. And I think that you have.
I just don't
you
understand the
haven't,
stretch
then
collar
prove
on
it.
all the shirts.
Okay.
Like that's little
I need you
kid
to prove
shit.
that you haven't done that. All right, hold on
See
a second.
that?
I didn't even mean to look at. So we got onto this whole topic of fucking. Why are you so gross? Me, I'm not gross. He is. Look at him. My beard's like nice and I smell like Dracar Noir. My beard's nice and trim. I actually went in and I did the dye, the detail today, a little gray blending.
Yay.
Why are you blaming me for any of this?
Right.
You did all of this. He then says, "Oh, snakes." Well, listen, I've done a lot of things, and you're welcome. You guys are welcome. Whew, God. I mean, hold on a second. Sorry for saying Jeremy has 3,000 BC energy. Sorry for calling Zach cringe. You caused all this. It wasn't me. It wasn't anybody else. Margaret Merkel says we have mental images now. Good. You know what that's called? That's called creativity. When you have mental images, you create pictures in your mind. You're able to tell interesting stories. You can actually do some interesting stuff. Not everybody can do that. You're going to find that out when
What'd you say, Julio?
begins.
So these people are spending money to send
Uh-huh.
EBS super chats to get
Yes.
him to agree with what they're saying. If you like a channel like
Uh-huh.
BTM reviews, or just send the money. You don't need to say anything. Here's $10.
No,
Why
no,
do you-
no. It makes it more interesting.
No,
No,
dance
it
monkey.
doesn't.
It's the
Super
dance
chats
monkey.
Yeah, it's like, oh, yeah, I agree with you. Oh, I agree with you too. Oh, jizz on the wall. It's fucking
See,
pathetic.
like Dave should have read my super chat earlier to dunk on you with, but he just popped it up on screen and chuckled. You know, he didn't give me my full $2 dance.
I saw it. I saw it. You were roasting me for that. The point being, if you like something you watch, why do you have to say something? Just fucking send money.
All right, I think he's done talking about Neanderthals.
You want to be a part of the show, Julio. It makes
But bring
it's
something funny. Don't just yes and.
oh yeah, no. It's a lot of people are criminally unfunny. You know, not everybody's a Dave. You know,
That's
Dave.
right. God damn it.
Dave should take his show on the road. You know, not everybody's a Julio with some good one-liners or a Jim. You know, like me personally, I know that I'm unfunny.
You're a good cynic.
We agree.
I know that. So yeah, I just don't try to say anything funny.
Well, Kevin listened to Julio and said, "Here's $2 BTM reviews." Thank you, Kevin. Thank you very much, sir. Very generous.
Thumbs up, buddy.
Thank you, sir. I had to put my Sturgis sticker back on my wall or my board. Alex Jones said months ago they would try to take Trump out while in a plane, and look what happened today.
What happened today? Fuck did I miss? Well, I've barely been on Twitter or anything all day. So
You know anything about that, Jim?
About what?
Trump on a plane?
Oh no, it's supposedly someone smuggled in a dozen Stinger missiles or something like that across the border that they're looking for.
Jesus Christ.
As you do.
And I couldn't even go into the court today because I had a lighter in my pocket. I had to go all the way back out to my car.
Dude, that don't get me. It's like airport.
Fucking pocket
I hear
knives
you.
in airports, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm the guy that's not gonna fucking kill somebody on a plane.
Yeah,
Why are you
let me
taking
have my
fucking
pocket knife.
knife?
Yeah.
I'm getting my ass fucked in family court, and I got to take my belt off before I go in there. No thanks.
Fuck.
Well, you're gonna have to take your belt off when you get in there, so to get ass fucked.
I just do it up front.
Jesus Christ.
The judge asked you, he goes, "Sir, why are you disrespecting my court by wearing sweatpants?"
I'm trying to save
Your
you
Honor,
time.
I'm just trying to make it easier for you to fuck me right in the ass later.
I'm trying not to get 93 days.
6 times in a row.
Right.
I think he said fuck you more than 6 times.
Oh, my judge today was really cool. She was super nice. So, but I'm I'm an Alabama 5, so
Wow, that's cool. Hey Jim,
What's up?
you have to watch your grandson tomorrow morning
Yeah.
early.
Well, when he wakes up.
Yeah, so early. He's at your house, right?
Yeah.
You should probably check out. We're gonna check out too.
Oh, okay. Dave's kicking me, everybody. Dave's kicking me.
Well, it's been 3 hours. I got to go get up in the morning too, go to work, all that good